What's up? Who wants to join in the actual uh, live stream hangout? Once I get the chat to pop up, for some reason it just sits there blank for a minute or two before it actually pops up. Come on, baby. You can do it. I know you can. There we go. You can jump in the hangout if you'd like. Pop out the chat. Get rid of the YouTube window. Just keep the thing. Hey, Rover, how's it going, man? Close that. Anyone wants to watch this? That was pretty interesting. I only caught the tail end. I've only seen those guys once or twice. I don't know why I don't watch them more often. They're kind of different, interesting. It's almost like a real live newscast the way they have it set up, which is cool. It's actually not a bad thing. But here we are. You can see my background here. My little printer is printing away, and it's supposed to be welded together Fill-A-Blend. I had a bunch of little short pieces of Fill-A-Blend that I welded together and kind of spent half the day fixing so it would actually feed through the extruder, and measured it out to about, I don't know, I think I had 4 meters. So when I sliced it, I said, okay, I only have 4 meters. So when I sliced it, I made sure it's small enough that I wouldn't run out. And it looks like it's only going to do the first segment and not even get into the second color. So that might have been a waste, but it is Fill-A-Blend. And you can sort of see it. I don't know how detailed you can see it in the camera, but I love that Fill-A-Blend. I'm going to have to order me a spool. I just can't decide what color I want to do it in. They have such interesting colors, and they look so much sharper. The one thing I have noticed is when you actually go to print them, I print everything a little hot. And with this has got a 0.6 nozzle on it. They blend more together. You don't get the sharp color transition when the nozzle changes direction that some of the other people get with it. I'm not sure if it's the Bowden tube being so long, if it's the bigger nozzle. When I did it on this thing, right, you can see it right here. When I did it on my little one, there was very obvious color transitions with the Fill-A-Blend filament. This one's not. That one's pretty cool. I like it. I think I want more of just this. This is the only one I've tried some of a couple of the other ones, and you don't really notice the color change as much. This one you particularly notice it because I screwed up. Not that I screwed up. I think the effect came out great, but the way it fed in, it's actually doing it now. If you look, I don't know if you can see it in there. It's right about there. What's up, Mr. Broughton? Butt ram? No, I gotta stop doing that. You're a nice guy. We can't make fun of you no more. Oh wait, yes we can. No. um, if you lay the filament down, so normally when you take the sample roll, it's coiled up. It's standing up vertical. When I did this, I got tired of it doing like it's doing now and falling off the roll. And 7% girls, yeah, I thought that, yeah, it's about accurate. There's actually more and more coming in, but it seems like the girls, the one thing I've noticed is almost all the girls are cosplay. That's the only reason they get into it. But back to the filament. To get this effect, now, to get this effect, normally you stand the roll up like a roll. You keep it vertical. If you take the sample and you lay it flat as it uncoils, because it doesn't unroll, it uncoils. Because of the way it's coiled up, it actually twists as it goes into the extruder, and you get this effect with the Fill-A-Blend, which I think is very cool. This is super cool. I think I want more of this color because it's like a It's like a silvery green, a red, and a blue. And you can see it there. There's the blue. There's the silvery green, and there's the red. And what's in there now is purple, white, and blue. You can sort of see the effect happening on there. I don't know how, if you blow your screens up, you should be able to see it. But I think I want to get more of this stuff. It's just kind of pricey. Although, I wonder if they're still on sale. Because they had a wicked sale right after Thanksgiving. I had to do that. They had a wicked sale, and it was like $35 for a kilo, which is ridiculously cheap for fill blend. Because I mean, this is not cheap filament. This is high quality filament they're using, and then they're processing it to make the 3 separate colors. So, I don't know. But I think I want a full roll. That's all I've been playing with is samples, and you can't really. I mean, they are good size samples. They're not tiny ones. What is up, Mikey?
How's it going, Tom? Yeah, I know. How you doing tonight?
Just smashing. How are you?
Just woke up.
I was gonna say, have you gone to bed yet?
Well, we had a little stream this morning, and then we sat there afterwards on the hangout until 6 o'clock tonight.
Yeah. Well, I fired mine up, and then somebody, John Mack came on and said, "Hey, the first layer's on. You're not going to get anyone watching you." I'm like, for one, it's weird. I've heard of the first layer. I think I've seen a couple of their videos, but I never really pay attention to them.
Yeah.
So I said, screw it. I wasn't, I let it run for 5 minutes. I said, screw it. No one's coming. Everyone's over there. So I went over there and started watching it, and they just ended. But it was pretty interesting. They seem like they have a nice setup. I mean, the way they do it and everything.
Oh yeah.
They're well put together. The 3 of them. They work well together. They don't interrupt each other. It's almost like a television production, which is good. I mean,
was Ron on there tonight?
Yeah, all 3 of them. That's the first time I've ever seen that as that. I've seen a couple of their videos with just the one older guy. Is that his name, Ron? Yeah. Ron. I've seen a couple of his videos just randomly because it pops up with the YouTube suggestion and I watch it. No, I never subscribed or anything. I think
I was talking to Canadian Maker Project, Ron. Was he on there?
Yeah, there was the 3 of them. Which one's he? He's the
Canadian Maker Project, Ron. He's on my show once in a while.
Yeah, I don't know what he looks like. What does he look like?
Dork.
Huh? He's a little shorter guy, right?
Yeah, a little short, pudgy guy.
Yeah, he was on there.
And then Brian.
Then I guess there's a newer guy that's kind of a young kid.
Brian.
Yeah, they were all 3 there.
Yeah.
I guess he's the newest one. Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I watched it for probably 15 minutes, half hour. But yeah, I think I'm gonna subscribe to him and watch him again.
Oh yeah, then the second hour he invites anybody on there and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like us, but a little more polished.
Yeah. I go on there you gotta behave until afterwards, but then they do after they shut down, then they sit there and talk for another hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and it gets just as raunchy as we are.
No, I'm sure, but the other thing that they were talking about is this whole Google Hangout thing's going away, which I'd heard rumors about, but I didn't know, and I got to go research it because supposedly in February, I guess, this whole Google Hangouts is going away.
They're supposed to have something better.
Yeah, but it's not going to be, from what I understand. It's going to be for certain setups, but not for like what we do.
Yeah. Well, we'll get something figured out.
I hear Zoom's good, but if I remember correctly, because I played with Zoom years ago when they first started coming out, that's more like the office chat. I mean, I like this because it's directly connected to YouTube and it's just like seamless.
I don't know why they'd get rid of this for YouTube. I mean, it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, they should almost have like YouTube chat or YouTube Hangout or just keep this version and just keep it connected to YouTube. I mean, in all reality, this is pretty low quality for technology. I don't know if you ever did Apple renamed it Facebook, but Apple used to have what they call Apple Chat.
Oh,
it was right along with an AOL. AOL chat used to have a video chat that you could have.
yeah, I remember AOLs.
Yeah. Well, Apple pretty much bought out the AOL chat when AOL kind of went under. They got bought out by Warner, and they modified it and made it a whole lot better. And it wasn't face plant or whatever they call it now, FaceTime. It was like this, you know, you get on and everyone signed on, and the only thing it didn't do was broadcast to YouTube, but it was really clean, really high quality, real nice HD. You could get up to 8 people. It worked really well on like even low bandwidth and crappy computers. It was just really well done. Oh. We used to do it all the time because I had friends all over, you know, when I was traveling for my corporation. Yeah. I'd always make friends on the job sites and stuff, and we'd all hang out and, you know, BS. And I actually introduced people from different areas because, you know, one would be hanging out with me, and then I'd go down and sign in. Another guy would sign in from another job site that was, you know, one in South Carolina and one out in Long Island.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, who are you? Who are you? You know, and I've actually introduced people through it. And it was really good. And it kind of just went away when they brought out FaceTime. FaceTime's terrible. It's obnoxious.
Yeah, they're saying that. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. You know, I haven't done much research into it, but I don't know.
I can't stand Skype. Every time I try and run Skype, it's it's video and processor real heavy drag. I mean, this doesn't win when I'm okay. You got to remember, I'm running a 2010 Mac Mini. This thing is an antique, and I'm only running at about 70%, 60% CPU usage right now, which is like unheard of. I fire up like anything, and it spikes my freaking CPU now. Any modern software, but the only thing that doesn't, believe it or not, is Fusion. Fusion 360 does not spike my processor when I load it.
Wow.
And I'm actually down to 60, 55, 60% CPU usage, which is like, there's nothing else video-wise that I can do that uses that little CPU. Because the other thing is, where this is a Mac Mini, my CPU is my GPU. I don't have a GPU in this computer. There isn't one. My CPU is my GPU. So the minute I fire up any kind of video, my CPU just maxes out.
Uh-huh.
And Google Hangouts is the only thing I found that doesn't kill it. This doesn't turn into a stuttering pig. Huh?
Said it took you a while to get that figured out.
Yeah, but it actually, now that I've got it figured out, it works well.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple of settings I had to tweak to get it to not max my CPU out, but nothing else. Even Skype just stutters.
I don't think they will. I mean, it'd be dumb for them to do that.
Yeah, but you know, it is and it isn't. They might be looking at it as they don't really make a whole lot of money off of these live chats. Think about it. There's no advertisements running. You know, you see an advertisement when it starts up, and if this thing runs for 8 hours, they get no money out of it.
Yeah, I know.
It's using a boatload of bandwidth off their system. So, yeah, I can't stand Skype. I never could. I've had jobs where they always wanted me to Skype with them because, you know, again, I used to do a lot of traveling for a corporate builder. And everything was Skype. Oh, my God, Skype sucks. What the hell is that?
The hell's what?
I don't know. Your mic is like scratching, keying, doing something obnoxiously noisy.
Is it?
Yeah, it just stopped.
Well, I was running Idea Maker and it had messed up, and so I had to kill it.
You're like popping and stuff. Are you like clapping your mic or something?
Right now, I am.
It's every once in a while. It's like you're touching it. It's like I'm going like this.
No, nobody's touching it.
Yeah, there you go. It's doing it again.
That's because you touch it.
Yeah, it's bad. You might have a wire short somewhere. That's terrible, dude. It's like it's shorting out or something.
I have to get up another wire. So let me think.
As long as you don't touch it, it doesn't do it.
Well, yeah, but the table moves.
Yep, it did it a little bit, just you shaking it.
Because I'm on a card table. This is a card table, so if I touch it, it moves.
Yeah. Mine's actually was on a cart table, and then I took it off the cart table. That's why I bought this arm, so I could take it off the cart table.
Yeah.
And this was worth $12. I like this arm. Can you see it? Yep, there it is. $12 for the freaking arm. I was like, really? That cheap? Sure. Yeah, you got your cable unplugged or loose? Is the US? I'm assuming it's a USB or.
I just got to put my long one on. That one's a. I'd say a 3-footer. This is a 25-footer. So I just have to use it.
It may just be loose somewhere.
Oh, I just checked it. I mean, it has the right ends on it, you know.
Yeah.
So they lock in.
This thing's just a real old USB one.
Yeah. Mine runs into a mixer. I can connect it up that way.
They got to design a little shield because that's probably better, huh? Just me putting my hand in front of it. I know I'm getting feedback because this thing's like overly sensitive. It's a really good mic, actually. It's almost too good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I like this mic. It's just no, there ain't no card rules. What's up, Jake?
Yeah, that's obnoxious. You guys can join in. I posted here. You want the hangout link? Come in, V. You can jump into the hangout if you want. So, anyways, my printer's printing away with my last little bit of Philip blend I've had. I had these little pieces left over.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's actually clearer too.
Yeah.
I think you had a bad connection because that's a boatload clearer.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is just a little short cable.
Yeah, I wonder if it's got a bad wire in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was with the mic up in the air, it's kind of bent down like that tight.
Yeah, you could have worn it out.
Yeah, I need to get like a 6-footer. Yeah. I'm gonna try.
Whatever it takes.
Yep. No major.
How are you getting that scrolling? You're using OBS, huh?
Yeah. I'm using Streamlabs and OBS.
Because I can't. If I run OBS, I'm done.
Yeah.
It'll just be
the scrolling
drop
stuff.
Frames.
The scrolling stuff comes from Streamlabs.
Oh, yeah.
And then I transfer it over to OBS. See, you'd be able to use Streamlabs because you can use Streamlabs off the internet. You don't have to use it off your PC. Or your
but you still got to pull it into the video, don't you?
I don't know how it works.
It's processed offline, or online, but then you still have to pull the video in.
Yeah, that I don't know.
And linking it, then it links into the OBS. Because OBS, if I ran OBS right now, I'd be dropping frames left and right.
Yeah. I tried showing them guys how to slice something in Idea Maker today, and then it just took forever, and it was still running, and I'm like, piss on it. I'm starting over.
Idea Maker is awesome. It is a wonky interface. It takes a little getting used to. No ifs, ands, or buts. I will not deny that. But once you get past it, once you figure it out, it's like second nature to me. It's just like S3D or Kira or any of those. Once you learn the order, you do things in, it just goes. It is really kind of wonky though, and I don't like the way some of the stuff carries over from old stuff, but doesn't. Some things that should carry over, like when I make a new filament profile or something.
Yeah.
Stuff I think that should carry over doesn't, and stuff that I think that shouldn't carry over does. And it is a little wonky, but it's very much like S3D. If you've used S3D, it's very, very similar.
Don just gave me one that he's ripped off from somewhere, and I've never used it. He emailed it to me. It's still sitting in my email.
What? Oh, the license for S3D.
Yeah, some licensing hacked.
Well, there's actually 2 users. There's 2 computers for every license of S3D. So you can actually give it to someone else as long as you never use it on another computer.
Yeah. No, it's supposedly it's a hacked license or something.
Yeah. See, I can't. I'm sorry. I just don't.
I've had it for ever since I've been doing the live stream with them, pretty much, and I've never even opened the email from them.
Yeah.
Emailed it.
S3D is good. I've opened it again the other day because actually I opened it today. It was the only one I designed my little nightlight. And if you put something, I cut a hole in the base of it, and if you slice something in spiral mode in Cura, or even Idea Maker, or even all of them, they close the hole when you do your bottom layers.
Yeah.
So it just everything it goes from the outer edge to the outer edge, and that's it. Anything interior, unless it has a rise, if it's just a hole and there's no walls on it, it just blocks them right over. It wipes them right out. And it just goes from very outer edge to very outer edge, does its base, and then does this corkscrew up. S3D is the only one that leaves that hole in the bottom. So I had to use it today.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I mean, it's got a few things I use it for. It's still the easiest one to do, like multiple changes in a print automatically.
Yeah. What's up, TK? I hope this thing slices this off now. Damn it.
Huh?
I'm trying to cut this part in an Idea Maker, and it wouldn't work earlier.
That's the one thing Idea Maker does. You can actually break apart if something's too big to print. Idea Maker can slice it up in a second and make it into parts that'll fit on your bed.
This thing's like 65 or 67,000 bits or something. It's stupid. I don't know why it's so big. All it is this little thing, and there's a ball on the end. I just threw one somewhere.
There's way too many polygons.
And this is on the top of it, okay? Well, I ran out of filament when I was printing these, so I just want to slice it off here. Oh, now it did it. It did it now.
Yeah.
But it ran for ever since this afternoon until now. I just finally killed this sucker so I could get this thing to roll here.
Idea Maker isn't the fastest slicer. It's not slow, but it's certainly not the fastest. But.
Well, no, I understand that, but I don't know what the hell it was trying to think, but it was hours.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Simplify 3D is probably the fastest slicer out there in general. But to be honest with you, the 30 seconds tops that it's faster in general slicing and everyday slicing, and that's a complicated model. It's like most of the time it's a second or two faster than Cura or Idea Maker. But I will take Idea Maker any day. For one, it's freaking free. I'm not going to spend I've already spent the money, but I would not shell out the money for S3D again right now.
Yeah.
And, the quality out of Idea Maker, once you tune it to your printer, is still better than S3D. It really is. I mean, you got to wait till you see this thing. I was just looking at it, and it is drop dead gorgeously smooth. And I've gotten good prints out of S3D, but that's better than I've ever gotten with much less headache. Much less fine tuning. Now, granted, in all reality, this printer is very much set up like a Raise 3D printer. So that might be a, benefit because Idea Maker's made for the Raise 3Ds. That's very much set up like a Raise 3D printer, and it's motion pass, its systems, everything it's made for. So I don't know. I put it on my little one too, and it's just better.
Yeah.
All I've ever gotten out of that thing was string. I've brought in the retraction up to like 10 millimeters for a retraction. Always, no matter what, I've always gotten string. Started using Idea Maker, and I brought my retraction all the way down to 2 millimeters on that right now.
Nice.
Which is wicked short for. I mean, that's an 1100 millimeter freaking Bowden tube. To only have to do 2 millimeter retraction to get a good clean print is just unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it's doing different.
I've got to get my settings a little bit better on my retraction here, but otherwise it ain't bad.
Well, I noticed with Idea Maker, I can generally half to a third my retractions with Idea Maker over Cura or S3D.
Well, actually,
don't know why. I set the speeds the same, my travel's the same, everything's the same, and yet
I'm still having string, and I gotta up mine.
I've gotten blobs because I set it too high, and it retracts and then overextends, and I get a blob with Idea Maker. And I was like, wow, I need to add more retraction. I thought about it. It's like, no, maybe I need to shorten the retraction.
Yeah.
And when I started shortening, all the bobbing and everything pretty much went away. I still get a little bit. I mean, I'm never going to get rid of it with that thing. It's just too long of a Bowden tube. It's just not going to get rid of it. Have I sucked up into the seam yet? Nope. It's just getting ready to go up into the extruder. Literally, the weld is just like 6 inches from the extruder, which means that print is not going to use it. It's never going to get onto the print, which is all right. Whatever. It still looks pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's a pretty cool looking print.
And the what does?
Purple and blue filament. Nice. It's Filablend, white, purple, and blue is what it's actually spitting out right now. Then it was going to go to the red, green, and blue. Which the red, green, and blue kind of looks like red, purple, and gold. Here's bronze. The way they blend together. That doesn't look like green. That looks like a gold or a bronzy color. So the blue and the red mix into it. It's pretty cool stuff. I like it. Effects.
I just have to try to get this so it doesn't use so much supports, damn it.
What are you doing? You using Idea Maker?
Yeah. I mean, I just
your own. Put the supports wherever you want.
I know. I don't want to generate my own supports.
It's so much easier.
I don't know, but I don't want to.
Or just have it go in and then just take out the ones you don't want.
I know.
It always generates. They all generate a big block of supports. Then I go from underneath. I just flip the view upside down. And I go to remove, and I just make it bridge. I just leave like a square of supports on the outer edge, and just knock anything in the middle out and make it bridge it. And it usually comes out fine.
This freaking rotate, man, it's so snappy. I wonder if this will slow it down. No? God dang it,
man. I reset the supports to like 2 or 3 millimeters. The 4 millimeter stock a lot of times too.
Yeah.
They seem to actually support better.
There we go. I got rid of them. Well, I finally got it to lay flat. I couldn't get just one part to lay flat either.
Well, you can tell it to lay flat in the app.
It was starting to piss me off.
You hit the rotate and just say lay face flat, and you can actually click on a face. And if you go up into the main menu, not in the little picture menus, but if you go up in the main menu, you can tell it to lay polygon flat or something like that.
You got real quiet. I got you now, though. Get this damn thing to go for tomorrow.
Fix the half moon on Discord. Okay. I haven't even fired up Discord. Discord's beginning to irritate me again. It seems so pointless.
What do I want to do? Start. Nice. See what it looks like this time.
Is there a kidlet sleeping behind you? I just noticed a head moving around behind you.
What's that?
I just saw a head moving behind you. I just noticed that your daughter behind you.
Yeah, she's laying on my bed. No, I just keep a bobbling head on my bed. 7 hours.
I'm just not going to touch that.
Yeah, I know.
It could have gone in a bad way. Anyway. So yeah, there it is, printing away. Is it sucked up the joint yet? That was the biggest thing. I was wondering if I could actually weld it together. It wasn't easy. I don't know if you were you in that stream when I was talking to Don, and he was saying somebody's using heat shrink tube to weld the filament together.
Yeah, he's talking about that again today.
Yeah, it doesn't work that well.
I don't know.
The heat shrink tube, just when the filament starts heating up, the heat shrink tube's too soft to hold it while it's heated.
That's what I would think,
So
but I don't know.
it bubbles up. I mean, it works. It welds it together, but I had to go back with a knife and like sit there and shave it down and get it clean. So I'm hoping, I'm not even sure it's going to fit. I made it deliberately a little smaller than the actual filament. The Bondtech extruder, I'm sure the extruder will push it right through, no problem.
Yeah, it's no different than anything else.
Yeah, I'm more concerned that it might, because I made it a little too thin, it might actually break when it hits the extruder.
Yeah.
And it's about an inch from feeding into the extruder, so it might actually make it to the extruder before this print's done. Of course, I made this face small just to. I didn't want to use too much filament because it's not finished. Probably I should have because it wouldn't have mattered. Now it's not another one and let it burn through. This is left of this print. Should be almost done. 97%. Yeah, so it's never going to hit the nozzle. It's still a half a meter away from it.
Oh, good.
The hell did I just click on? Bookmarks, okay. Let's go see TK's.
That time already, Tom?
Huh?
Said that time already? Getting tired?
I'm usually in bed by 9 o'clock. It's almost 11 now.
Oh, yeah. I guess 10 o'clock here, but yeah.
The last 3 days I've been staying up. I'm actually being a dumbass again tonight, drinking.
I see that. That's all right.
I'm only having the one.
One bottle?
Whoa. One can of Coke, which is actually like 2 or 3 small drinks.
Yeah. Steve's got another video out. Yeah, I just probably have enough live streaming if I had a half a brain in my head. I got tomorrow morning too.
Share your firmware. Your print.
Oh, I should have turned that down. I never did do anything with the screen.
City and polycopper elixir. Dude, that is pretty sweet. That is really nice. That's like one of the only polyalchemy filaments I don't have yet is their copper. I didn't even know they had a copper. Yeah, my nephew-in-law, I guess you'd call him, my niece's boyfriend. Now
Yeah.
soon to be her husband. They've been together for a couple of years now, I guess. Um, he just got a 3D printer for his birthday, which is like birthday Christmas because his birthday is right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So they were all drilling me before they bought it for him for his birthday. What the guy just get him an Ender 3 for a starter. Let him play with it, learn it, and then he can figure if he wants to just upgrade the Ender 3 or just outright get a better, nicer printer. Well,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean,
Steel data
you can't go wrong with the Ender 3. It's a good starter printer. And he was just here tonight. Had dinner with us for the whole Christmassy crap. And I gave him a boatload of samples of filaments.
Yeah.
I gave him like every polyalchemy color I have. I gave him a big, probably a
Giving away all my
50
damn
grams.
filament. Quit giving away my filament.
What's that?
So quit giving away all my filament.
No, that's my filament. And he's family, so sort of.
I'm sort
Family
of
by injection.
Damn it. I know. I'm just giving a shit.
I guess they've been together since like high school, so. I have a feeling those two will be getting married soon. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
Smart as a whip, real. It's funny. He was talking about how he's, trying to figure out the slicers and how to make the computer, run the 3D printer and everything. You know what the kid does for a living? He writes software for robotic operated, like Amazon. They're robots that load up the trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
He writes the software for that. I'm like, why are you having difficulties? It's the same thing, dude. He's like, what do you mean? I said, a freaking 3D printer is a robot. He's like, I never thought of it that way. Oh, I get it. Wow.
Hey, Red Light, what's up, my friend? Get rid of the grandson for the night, or you got the grandson all night?
Check this thing out. Blue, white, blue. There's actually a purple in there. That's kind of purple.
Yeah,
it doesn't really show on the camera as well. That's actually
I can see it.
Purple right there.
Yeah, I can see it. What filament is that now?
That's Filablend.
Oh yeah.
You ever seen that stuff?
Yeah, I've never had any, but I've seen it.
Yeah, it's 3 colors of filament.
Yeah.
That's welded onto one filament.
Yeah.
So no matter which way, every time the nozzle moves and starts dragging, only one color lays out on top. So every time it moves a different direction, a different color lays on top. It's kind of a cool concept. It all depends on which way the nozzle's dragging, which color of the filament is laying out. It's really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I gotta say that 0.6 nozzle is the best at making faces.
What size you got?
It's a 0.6 on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm printing with too.
Way better for like vases and stuff like that.
Oh, definitely. But I mean, it does a good job of printing too. I mean, even for as far as layer lines go.
Yeah. Like
I say, this here is got used in a 0.6 layer or 0.6 nozzle, and the layer lines look nice on it.
Yeah, no, I know. I was gonna say that actually looks better at 2.0 heights or 0.2 heights than the 0.4 does. My 0.4,
oh, really? Yeah,
it's rough at a 2.0 height.
But I'm slicing at 0.4. My layer height's at 0.4.
You doing a 0.4 layer height with a 6 nozzle?
Yeah.
That's kind of tall.
Well, 3/4.
That's 0.2. And that's actually a nice clean. I mean, that's really clean.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's got a little bit of zitting. That's just about it, though.
And I gotta say, I'm glad I put the towers on that thing.
I've never calibrated this thing either, so.
Well, I don't know if you watched yet. Last night I did a live stream. I put new belt towers. My old belt towers were cracking and falling apart. I kept hearing
Oh
creaking.
yeah,
Like, what the hell is that? And I mean, it's kind of funny because I literally printed them as prototypes. They were very low shell. They were only like 2 shells with like 20% infill, which for the amount of tension I have on those belts is just really not enough.
yeah,
And I never needed to replace them. And I noticed the other day, like I don't know, a couple weeks ago, a month ago, I noticed they started like bowing a little under the, they were folding in from the tension of the belt. Like, I better replace them. Last week or two, the thing's been creaking. I'm like, what the hell is that creak? And, you start touching stuff, and I'd touch the tower, and the creak would go away. That must be, it's time to replace them. They lasted a year.
yeah.
Again, they were prototypes. They weren't supposed to be finals. I actually added a membrane up the middle of it, too, to make them even stiffer. So,
yeah.
It's definitely stiffer. I mean, I can see the tower straighter and truer, and the belts are straight line, and it's not creaking anymore, and it's running much smoother, and it's definitely producing better prints.
Mr. Buttram, you back from your Christmas thing today, or are you still out and about on your Christmas duties?
Who? What?
Mr. Buttram. He was on Christmas duty today.
I didn't know he had Christmas duty. Mr.
Well,
Buttram,
one of us
called for Christmas duty. You are called for Christmas duty. Mr. Buttram, please report.
He has like 6 Christmases this year or something like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of saying. I have nieces and nephews and brothers and sisters and cousins and uncles showing up about every day for the next week.
I don't have all that crap. Thank God. 6, yeah.
The good thing is most of my nieces and nephews showed up today. Like all of them. I have a couple coming on Monday. One of them is in Colorado, so he won't be showing up at all.
Go get the pillow before I smut the shit out of you.
My brothers will pop in, but they're good at, they pop in and leave rather quickly.
Oh, Buttram and them?
1 of 6 is in the books.
Yeah, he's got 6 Christmases this year. So I said he was on Christmas duty today.
Yeah.
He had to go behave. Cool. Take Mama to a Christmas. Robbie was on with us for quite a while today. Well, he was watching Mr. Buttram's print that he lost. He didn't know where it went for a while. And I'm just throwing Robbie under the bus. Throwing a wingman right under that bus.
Come on, join in the stream there, Robbie.
He got away with putting together another printer without Mama finding out about it.
You might even get a word in edgewise this time. I'm not faced yet, and Sholm isn't even here, so. He joined us the other night, and I was twisted. I had half a dozen drinks in me, and Sholm showed up, and he started drinking, and the two of us just got loud.
Brian
stopped talking, and it got funny. And he showed up and signed in, actually joined the thing. He couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Tom, usually nobody can get an word in edgewise with you.
Yeah, sure they can.
Whether you're drinking or not.
Sure. I'm weird. I yak, and then I just go silent.
I know. And then somebody tries to say something, you start yakking again.
Where is that?
I don't know. It's all right.
I have lots of information in my head that I need to get out because otherwise I'm going to go nuts.
It wants out.
None of it's important.
Yeah. It's all worth the shit, but it wants out.
Yeah, it wants out. I have to let it out or else I'll go crazy. Toys and
it doesn't want it. I just don't want to be in there anymore with the craziness inside there.
You know, I'm thinking I'm going to release the files for this printer finally, but I'm going to do it in like weird parts and just say, look, the parts that don't work, like the bed motion system is not good. It's terrible. I've got it working and I got it smoothed out, but I would not subject that to anybody. But the upper systems, the belt path, the motor stands, the towers on the X brackets, all that stuff are really well done now. Got all the issues ironed out and they work very well. So I'm almost thinking of releasing that and saying this is like something you could do to add to like a,
something with a good bed movement.
Well, I don't know. There's stuff about like that thing. What do you call it? What the hell's the big Core XY that even Don's printing? What's the name of that thing?
I ain't big into the Core XYs.
Core XY is very good, actually. There's stuff I like about it. There's stuff I don't like about it. I won't say Ultimaker. I don't know why I keep thinking Ultimaker.
Good man.
What the hell's that thing Don's building?
John.
Hypercube. That's it.
Yeah.
Hypercube. There's stuff I definitely like about mine that's better than the Hypercube. My belt path is way better than the Hypercube. Way, way, way better.
Yeah.
But actually, the bed I think is better a little bit. I don't like the cantilever bed. That just is a big turnoff to me.
You don't want to sound like Ron, Mr. Buttram? Why not? I'm the farthest away from the damn heater in this place.
My typing voice is better.
And every time that starts up, the vent's right underneath me. And this is a trailer, of course, so that piping's really freaking cold. So when it starts up, it gives me the nipplies. And then after it gets going, it burns me out. I need to get a dampener and put on this frickin' thing. Put a dampener on both the vents in here. I don't need them. Hey, Shalom, how's it going? Just seen you put out a bid. Just seen you put out a bid.
I am actually drinking a tasty beverage. You can join in, but we're going to keep it a little more under control tonight. But you're more than welcome to join.
You want nothing to do with it, then?
Yeah, probably not.
You got to behave. Sean wants nothing to do with it.
We did have fun. Did you ever? You didn't ever watch that, did you?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
That stream with me and him got twisted last. I don't know. What was it? Night before last?
Was it? I didn't even hear about that one.
Yeah. Well,
last night.
I woke up the next morning.
Yeah, last night. You were telling me about last night's. So you got dropped the night before too?
It was tame. It was the night before last. I've done like 5 streams because I'm out of work. I just let streams go now.
Yeah.
Me and him, we were up till like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and me and him got twisted. I got up in the morning and I started, I fast forward and watched segments of it. And I'm like, I can't let this go public.
And how can I watch it?
Well, it was public before I got up in the morning. It was up for like 6 hours, 8 hours before I got up. I got up late. I was a little hungover.
Somebody was drinking.
Everybody was drinking. We were having a good time. It was a good time. I mean, but it was just like it was more like a keg party than a live stream.
8, 9, 2.
We had fun. There's no question about it.
Sounded like it.
Well, jump in there.
You guys probably would have drove me nuts. I don't drink.
I think we spent like an hour making fun of Shalom's name. I keep calling. When I get a buzz on, I start slurring, and I was calling him Shalom. Shalom. He started getting pissed off, and he's like, "My name's Shalom." And then so we started.
It took me a long time to get it right. That's why I always called him a skewed.
I mean, he doesn't care. I mean, he was just joking around, but
yeah,
it was just funny. And of course, the minute he, makes a point of it, I had to, of course, make it even worse.
Well, yeah. That's your job, right?
Yeah, I don't think I could hang out in a bar with you. I think I'd wake up the next day like half dead, puking and dying.
Handcuffs or something in jail.
I can't. I'm not. That was probably the other night was probably the most I've drank in like 2 months.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm definitely an illiterate.
Yeah, I'm definitely not drinking at Murph, man, because no, I cannot get up drunk and deal with stuff.
Shot low me. Showroom, Showloam, Showman. We had all kinds of versions. That and Mr. Buttram, we were ranking on him heavily too.
Yeah, he's the one who changed it.
What?
Mr. Buttram? He changed the spelling of his last name on here. So it says Buttram. Yeah. Because we used to always call him Buttram, so he changed it.
Why, what was it?
I don't remember, but I forget what it was.
Oh, it's Buttram, huh? It's like R-U-M, not R-A-M.
Yeah. So
I think about it. Charlotte. Of course I'm going to show that. Why is that even asking me if I'm going to show that? But Ram, our favorite ginger. Sure, why not? Oh, it is spelled Butt Ram.
Oh, okay. I thought you did something different, or you did something. I forgot what you did. Thought you changed something once. Didn't you?
Yeah, whatever.
I thought
I'm
you
sure he's heard it all through high school. A name like that, you
well, yeah.
I'm sure he heard it all in high school.
Yeah.
School kids are not very nice. I know I wasn't. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was back when we used to hang out in Walters.
Yeah.
I don't freaking remember. I knew you changed it from something to something. I didn't know what.
Oh, that's right. From Audubon.
I don't think we'll both fit out here really well.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Where is it? Well, what's it doing up? I know.
Is that a mini coyote?
What's that?
It says, is that a mini coyote?
Yeah.
Mini Wile E. Coyote?
Yeah. The Ninja Coyote.
Ninja Coyote?
Yeah. She comes home from school crying about the boys picking on whatever. I said, I don't even want to hear it. You know how much money we paid to have you kick their asses, you know?
What would you do? Send her karate school?
She's a brown belt.
Cool.
Yeah.
Stop letting them pick on you.
No shit. I said, just drop
Punch him in the mouth.
Drop him. Roundhouse him. You know, she does sparring. You know, they do sparring in class, and then she goes to tournament and spars. She usually gets first, and she's got 1 or 2 second places. You know,
cool.
That's against boys. It's like, you know, you can kick their asses, so do it.
I did judo for like 6 months, and I got kicked out because I beat the crap out of somebody.
I did taekwondo for a while, and damn instructor belted me in the head and knocked me out.
Yeah. At
my second class. So I went to a party that night, and there's my damn instructor at the party.
I knocked you out today.
Yeah.
You're probably wise enough being a smart mouth.
Oh, yeah.
So I whipped this little vase up in about 10 minutes in Fusion and printed it. I'm kind of happy with it. I mean, it's stupidly simple.
Nice little vase.
I'm sure there's a million other vases just like it, but I think I'm gonna upload it.
Yeah, I know.
It'll get more views just because it looks cool. In the yeah, whatever, Philiblend. How much is Philiblend? Are they still holding their sale? I know they said that sale was gonna hold for like 30 days or something.
Yeah,
I really can't afford to be buying filament right now, but
shnikes.
Yeah, I got the sample pack of 3 for $15. I want a whole roll, $35. It's still not terrible when you think about it. The custom-made filament.
All for that. The triple filament
for the
stuff.
Philiblend.
Yeah,
and it is a full kilo too. They're not doing like half kilos or anything like
yeah.
pasta does.
What'd you do with that other vase when I first came, or when you first came on that first vase you were showing?
This one,
Yeah, what was that one out of?
Philiblend.
Oh, was that Philiblend too?
Yeah, I just the way I coiled it so it fed into the extruder was different.
Yeah.
So it did this spirally action. It still changes colors if you rotate it. That's the red face. This is the blue face. Or green face, and then this is the blue face, or red, blue. Yeah, well, anyways, there's still 3 faces, but the color also spiraled.
Yeah.
The way I fed it into the extruder. It's cool stuff. The effect, all 3 colors are printed at once, giving you a unique effect like Philiblend for your next project. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's cool looking. It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it. How much is protopasta? Protopasta's $40 a roll, and you're only getting half.
Never owned a roll, so I couldn't tell you.
This stuff is $35, but it's a full kilo. Hey, it's good filament. I mean,
you're gonna put me back to sleep, son.
It's nice and solid, and got a nice finish to it.
Yeah. I don't know. Tomorrow I can put this together, or put the tornado up on balls.
Oh, crap.
Some balls on my tomato.
We'll get rid of that. Shut the thing down. Kung Fu Theater.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty close to where they were before. That was pretty good. I think they're in the touch though. They shouldn't. But,
Yeah, I gave my nephew a bunch of samples too of, just samples I had laying around that I never got around to printing with.
Yeah.
He left a whole huge Ziploc bag of prints. He was all happy.
I've got a few samples, and I've never used samples before. I've never used.
Yeah, I use them it's got to be something special.
That's why I would want to figure out a way of joining filaments together. Just take all them damn samples and blend them all together. Well,
that's what I want to find is a good way that actually works to blend them. Everything I've done, I mean, I've been successful. That seems successful. It'll probably work if we start printing again. I mean, it just started sucking into the extruder, but I'm sure it'll work. But it's a pain in the butt.
Oh, yeah.
Probably took me an hour to do a scene.
I know. It take you 6-7 tries to get one to sit.
Yeah, and even then, it's got a little hook in it, and you're worried it's going to break when it hits the extruder gear.
Yeah.
Gotta be. I mean, it can't be that difficult. There's got to be.
Generally, it is because all us rocket scientists ain't figured it out yet.
Yeah, well, they kind of have because I mean,
Well, yeah, but not really.
you think about the pallet. That's all the pallet is.
Yeah.
But I'm
But
gonna spend $600 to burn off my little scrap filaments. I'll
Oh,
throw them
correct.
out first.
correct.
I mean, I'd love to get a pallet, but there's no way I'm gonna shell out that kind of money.
Nuh-uh.
Maybe next
Buy a
summer
couple
when I
more
got money
printers,
again.
man. Look at all the enders he could buy.
What's that?
Look at all the enders he could buy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful piece of equipment. I would love to have one.
Only way I'll have one
I
is
mean,
somebody gives me one, and that ain't never going to happen, so I ain't never going to have one.
Yeah, well, exactly. If someone sent me one, said, "Here, review this," I'd be more than happy to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd take looking at the two of them, I'd take the pallet over the Fuji MMU thing any day.
Yeah, oh, yeah, big time.
That thing just looks like a cluster.
Whoever canceled their order and went with the pallet was a smart person.
Yeah.
I know people did. You know, and now there's some smart mother buggers. They got the better end of the deal.
Yeah. I know there's problems with the pallet too, but they're mostly just setting up the software. There's a lot of mechanical problems with the MMU. That and the way the whole thing operates, and I'm watching like Walter and a few of those guys, and when it's switching the filaments and it's jetting the filament back, and it's like back coiling, and it's making a mess on their desk, and you got that, where the pallet does that all inside, and it's got the back coil area to take up that feed.
Well, yeah, now it does. The first generation didn't. And that's the thing. The generation 2, yeah, they fixed all the problems they had with generation 1.
Well, the MMU2 is the second generation.
Well,
Think about it.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I just said.
The MMU2 is completely different than the MMU1. I mean, it's completely different. I don't know. The palette just looks like the future way to go with it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to be careful with the pallet yet. You got to make sure you don't hack on any of the Bowden tubes or anything, because them are set at specific lengths and stuff. And
yeah, but I mean, there's requirements, but that's expected with anything like that.
Yeah.
I just think
right now the easiest way to do it is with a blender. You know, a filament blender, the way how Ben Craig does it, with the V slot, that goes into one, or the diamond head, or,
Yeah. Those things aren't so reliable either, although that new G-Tech one, that looks really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because that's the first one that truly blends the filament. Almost all of them, they spit out a filament, and then when it's done, it would retract it and then spit it in the other one. Where that G-Tech can feed 2 filaments at once and give you color mixing by slowing one down and speeding the other one up, or mixing them. So,
yeah,
you can get red. If you put red and white in there, you can get red and white, but all kinds of, not just a pink, but you can get all kinds of pink in between.
Yeah.
That's the future. I don't know. The palette is between the two of them. They did something like that and the palette. That's like, wow.
Yeah.
Is that I was looking at who is it? Dremel? Not Dremel. Who's the one
that expensive piece of crud?
The one that painted the ink into the filament. You basically printed with all white filament.
Yeah.
And ink into the hot end to change the color.
Yeah, that didn't work for crap either.
Well, it worked pretty well. It's just the color mixing, because you're injecting the ink like that. It's basically just a Sharpie.
Did the 3D print professor have one of them?
I don't know. I saw them. They were at Earth for a little while. It's just faded colors. I mean, it works and it looked nice, but the colors aren't.
Yeah, they ain't sharp colors.
Yeah, it's all faded. It almost looks like it's been out in the sun, pastel-y kind of. I mean, it's a cool concept. It could probably be improved on
Yeah.
and work, but it's also wicked expensive. You're not just buying any old filament, feeding it into it. You know, you got to buy their filament, and you got to buy their inks, and you got to. It's just an expensive way to go about it.
It's out in his shed. That's where it is, TK.
Yeah,
He's got the little shed thing out back he is going to make his maker space into, but it gets too hot and too cold out there or whatever. So it's sitting out there.
Yeah, I mean, the MMU and the pallet are both expensive, but you burn any old filament in them. Where that thing, you had to use their filament, you had to use their inks, so you're paying a big premium price for it. But then you've got to continue premium price on the materials. Yeah, if it was any good, he'd be using it.
Yeah. No, he had nothing. He didn't like it. He didn't like it. There was major problems with it, and yeah, the colors were just washed out. Yeah, it was kind of crap.
Yeah, I think I saw his review on that or started watching and just said, yeah, whatever, because I knew it was just garbage.
Yeah, he was out in his shed when he was doing that. But
I don't know if it's nylon. I think it's a weird, like, blend of something. When everything came out, it was just washed out. Because they had it at Earth. It wasn't actually printing in Earth. They had it there. Was it Earth? I don't know. I know I saw it somewhere. And it's kind of faded away because it was wicked hyped. That and the M3D one.
yeah,
That was what they were all wicked hyped this summer, and all of a sudden they just all disappeared. You know, the MMU came out, and then the palette came out, and all of those other ones just kind of went away.
yeah. Well, I mean, they were still in development. You know, they showed them off there, and they're still under development. You'll see them again this summer, I'm sure. A little more advanced.
Slow chat option. I don't have to. Do I have the slow chat selected? It might have because I was playing with it the other day.
You did what?
The delayed chat, slow chat, where they can't like just type as fast as they can type and post.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a deliberate lag in the chat between typing, not just in the display, but actually in their typing. It makes it so you monitor easier.
Well, I think I'm gonna get rolling here. Let's see what else is getting in trouble.
I think I'm gonna go to bed.
There you go.
11:30.
Yeah.
Basically.
Hey, Chris Riley, how you doing?
Chris Riley, what did he just jump in?
Yep, he just jumped in. How you doing, Chris? Go to hangout out there. Jump in.
Slow chat me.
Yeah.
He always jumps in late.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, there you go. TK at 4:38.
Oh, let me guess. He actually has a life.
That'll get people talking. What you doing tonight, Chris?
He was in my chat last night.
What time you streaming tomorrow?
He actually came into the stream last night.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Right at the end. Jump in, Chris, if you want. I'm not going to be very long because I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go to bed soon.
I'm going to be here for very long. But
yeah. Jump in for 5 minutes if you want. We're just hanging out. I was playing with Philiblend. I still have some leftover chunks of my samples. I was welding them together. And of course, it never went in. But
Yeah. Easy for you to say.
I welded the freaking Phillip blend together, and then it never. I made the print too small, so it never fed the weld into the printer.
Oh, really? Was that the one
it printed the whole thing in one color. One
piece of color?
Yeah, one piece of colors, whatever. One piece of filament.
Yeah.
Well, the weld is literally right at the. I can see it. It's literally just starting to feed into the extruder.
Yeah. Was that the one that you used to try Don's thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just do another little vase like this tomorrow and see how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's
yeah, just for shits and giggles.
It's 3 colors. It's blue, white, and purple. I think is what this one actually is.
Let me see.
Yeah, purple, white. I don't know if you can really see the white and blue.
Let's see what we can do.
I like Phillip.
Chris is staying up tonight. He's staying long ways away. You guys scared him off last night. All twisted.
Who'd we scare off, Chris? Nah.
You
He
did.
was mild last night. He popped in right. He wasn't, I don't know, another 10 minutes. I don't think he was here 10 minutes. This is good filming, too. And I gotta say, just putting those towers on there last night made a big difference. This thing fit a whole lot better. You know, TK, if you're into that, Phillip Blend does custom curated filaments. They'll do them for you. They're not ridiculously expensive. This stuff is only $39 a kilo. It sounds like a lot, but Protopost is more than that. Because you pay $29 or $39, but you're only getting a half a kilo. So this is cheaper and it's custom made.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a butt full last night and the night before.
What's that?
Yeah, right? You've had an ass full last night, night before.
Night before.
Night before?
Last night was mild. Chris joined last night.
Yeah.
Night before last was me and Shom and Mr. Brutram and who the hell else? A couple other people. I don't know. I was twisted. I got really twisted. Toward the end, I was half tired, half drunk, and half on muscle relaxants.
You're just a half a man? Is that what you're saying?
That was half not me. Oh, wait a minute. I was fully not me. That was some other drunken dude. We had a good time, though. It was fun. Me and Shom were having a good old time. Like I said, it was like hanging out at an old cake party from the 70s. We were kids. Oh, yeah, Robbie Mack was there. We had a whole bunch of people here. We got a little stupid that night. I'm going to have to dig into my savings and buy a roll of this. A full roll, not just these samples.
You know what you should try to do is just take your heat shrink tube and send it right to your extruder, see what happens.
Won't go through. I thought about that. I thought about just melting it off. Or the problem is that it sort of works. The problem is the heat shrink tube's too soft to hold the filament shape. So it welds it together, but then it gets all bubbly in there, and it
yeah. Well, I just did it here. I don't know how it went. But no, what I'm saying is just butt two pieces up against each other, just lightly heat shrink them together so it shrinks down. and send that heat shrink right through that extruder.
Yeah, it won't fit into it.
Well, now
Too
with
thick.
let's see what we got in here.
With the rainbow that you get, that would be cool if you got 3 different filaments that were 3 different thermal colors or UV, like the UV ones.
You know, for all right, still it does half-ass work. Yeah, if you could just shave it down an easy way.
YouTube closed your chat. Why would it close your chat? Yeah, all right, show 'em.
It's hard, Mom.
I won't be staying long anyway, so we definitely got to keep it PG though.
Ain't nothing PG around.
He wants to play.
I'm a yawning machine now.
There you are.
Yeah, I've been up. It's been a long day. Not that you can really see it, although you can sort of see it. But I did a lot of cleaning yesterday, this morning. I took a full garbage can, and I mean, it's a kitchen. My little garbage can over here. It's basically a kitchen garbage can. It was full of failed prints and crap and prototypes I've been hanging on to for no apparent reason other than they're prototypes. A whole can.
That's what you do with it, Tom. Take a little piece of Bowden tube like this and stick it in there and heat it up.
And I couldn't get the Bowden tube to hold it in place and feed it.
I just heated it up, man, and then shoved it through. I shoved it through this way. See, now it goes through real nice. But I just heated it up with the freaking lighter right there.
That's what I did.
And shove it from this end through.
Up so it would catch inside the Bowden tube after that.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Go straight through.
That's cool.
And it slides through there real nice now.
Then I actually got a small piece of the smaller, really tight tolerance cornucopia tube.
Yeah.
So
that's what would be nice, and then send it to a junk Bowden tube. Like
that would make it even tighter and smaller because that stuff's tighter and smaller internal diameter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that. Like I said, I tried it before and I couldn't get it to work. Every time I tried it, I either got a blob or it didn't hold or.
You need is a step pedal heat gun so you can have your heat gun there and both your hands right here.
Yeah.
Yep. And you step on the pedal and heat it up.
Well, my heat gun's just on or off. I don't have a good one. It's one of them little itty bitty round pistol ones that are.
Yeah. No, I got one that you can.
It's not a regular pistol grip, true heat gun. It's not a hair dryer heat gun. It's just a little itty bitty one. So
but it'd just be nice to have it so you can step on a switch to turn it on and off.
Yeah, I didn't even think about using the heat gun. That yawn deserves a drink.
Yeah. A show coming in or what?
Yeah, he was gonna go make a cocktail.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna come in and I'm gonna head out. I'll wait until he gets here. I won't leave you alone.
I don't care.
You guys can get your drink done.
No.
Oh yeah, I know how that is. You say that now.
Yeah. I'm already on my 3rd win for this day. I'm not gonna make it past that.
Heard that one before. I've done that before, and it turned into like freaking 10 years.
You know what came out really good? It's stupid and simple. I made that stupid nightlight.
Nobody can hear you anymore. I don't know what you did to your mic.
It came out really well.
Shit. I don't want to get that. And how is that now? Oh, that's your thing? We can't hear you, Tom.
You can't hear me.
Oh, we don't know what happened to your mic.
Did my mic go away?
Yeah, no, you're good now. When you stand up.
I was probably mumbling because I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool looking, huh?
Yeah, no, that turned out nice.
I really like that green. That green is, I mean, it almost looks like a crystalline glass finish.
Yeah. Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, it came out well. Better than I thought. I mean, I ended up actually making 3 of them.
Yeah.
Actually, if you look in the background of my video, you can see one of them down there by my modem blinking away. The first one I made the base too thick, so the nightlight wasn't really shining through it, so it wasn't really a nightlight. You couldn't see in the room. The base illuminates the whole room.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can watch the morning show then. I'll be over by 2, so you'll be all good.
What's that?
You'll have your print on in the morning. You'll be all good. Ready for Christmas number 2 of 6.
Get out of here. See you, man. Have a wonderful evening.
You know, that's the best jointed filming I've ever done.
Where's the joint? Hold that up there again. Speak a little. See, all I can see is your little camera. You have the big window on the printer, so I can't really see it.
It's ready. Hang on, let me get the loading
Not
tube
bad
off.
from what I can tell. That came out all right.
Yeah, it's right
Same
there before the
color
Bowden
filament?
tube. It's right before the Bowden tube.
Yeah, it's just a little window because you got your main
Oh, yeah.
window is the printer, so I can't really see it. It's just a
Is that
little
it?
corner window.
There's trouble.
What's up, Sean?
What's up, my 3D people? Look, it's PG-13. Told you. PG.
Does it have your name printed on the bottom of it? Is that what I saw? Seriously? No, seriously. Does that have your name on it?
No.
What was that on the bottom of the cup?
No,
Is it-
but we can check it
Hold
out.
up the bottom. I
There's
want to see
names
the
on
very
there somewhere.
bottom. I swear there was a name on the very bottom of it.
Hey, still can't see it because it won't focus.
Yeah. Gotta put your hand behind. Yeah, you're trying.
I was trying.
Whatever. Actually, hold it right there. Put it in front of the camera again.
Why are we
can
focusing
actually
in
see.
on Mike's chest?
We're trying to
See that I have no hair.
You welded the filament together. Yeah, that's not bad. It's a little bubble there.
Well, yeah, there's a little bubble there, but it'll go through the Bowden tube.
Yeah, as long as it goes through the Bowden tube, that's all that matters.
I said it's the best one I've ever done. I didn't say it was the best one ever.
Yeah, but that kind of looks like it was a waste because there's nothing there.
I was just farting with it. I cut it off
know,
just to
I'm
see if I could.
Busting on your chops, dude.
Jesus Christ, I'm going to come to this computer and bust on your chops. I'm through the interweb.
Yeah,
There we
I'm
go.
gonna have to play with that because I still got a bunch of leftover.
Where did you jam up?
Samples and stuff.
We didn't jam nothing up. We were just farting around, splicing filament together.
Trying to figure out a way to splice like scraps and into rolls and samples. And
Slight lag kick up there. Anybody else?
what's that?
What'd
All
you
I heard
say,
was
Sean?
kick.
Are you there? Can you hear us? Joe.
Hello, can you hear us?
I don't think he can hear us.
I don't think he can hear us. I can hear him, but I don't think he can hear
Yeah,
us.
he's real loud, but we can't hear him, or he can't hear us. Yeah, there you go. Look around. Can you hear us now? Test 1, 2, 6, 7, 9, 12. Hike.
They're just ignoring us for the effect.
That's it.
All right, there we go. Nah,
You
I
hear
got
us
it.
now?
Yeah, I always mess this thing up. I hook up to either my phone or the PC, whichever it is. It's always backwards. I think I got it now.
Yeah.
It's backwards or you're backwards?
Yeah, a little bass backwards, but that's pretty smucking fart. The fit didn't hit the stand.
Come on, PG, remember?
That was PG 13.
Yeah, I know, but
Yep, I got mine too. Water.
yeah, I'm at the end. Mine's actually a watered down rum and coke because all the ice melted.
Right? That looks like you had something that wasn't even on the rocks.
Man, it's
Well,
just,
it was the end of the because I make it really strong and I just keep adding coke till the can's gone.
I got you. Were you drying some laundry out today too?
Huh?
And I said the laundry goes well with the towels and the sheets.
What laundry?
about your bed.
Oh, what?
Up
Can you
on
see
your
the laundry in
closet
my
doors.
camera?
Yeah.
No, it's my closet. So, oh, that's my towel. It's always up there.
Just busting. So what are you printing right now, Mike?
Oh, there's some feet for this tornado that will fit the balls, the racket balls.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're doing the bobble feet.
Yeah. 'Cause these ones
Yeah.
here,
Just for fun, or you have an issue with it? You felt the need to put that on, or what?
I'm just gonna put them on to see if it helps out a little bit. But I print really fast. I get ringing, anyways. You know, because I print too fast. But I've got the smoothers and the motor dampeners. I got all that crap on there.
Should I find those rubbery feet? I tried them for a while. The big like tennis ball, softballs. What are they?
Racket balls.
Hey, you
Racket
should
balls.
definitely join
They're too
Butter 'em.
soft, and they actually feed back into the print because the whole printer's shaking around. The best thing I found, all my printers and the stand,
Night, butter.
I do it at the stand and the printer. Old pieces of freaking mouse pad. It's like the perfect density.
Just enough grip too. Don't move.
Yep, it gives it grip. I glue it onto the stand, but I just set it underneath there. And I also with that one, I have the actual feet are printed out of TPU. So between the multiple densities, any kind of vibration, but it doesn't let the printer just shake around like the big balls did.
Yeah.
When it was on the balls, the whole print was rocking around. I was like, man, that ain't working.
Got to squeeze my lime. It's amazing how easy you can tell.
Dude, PG, remember?
My lime.
I know.
So what are you
My
printing right now,
lime.
Tom? Anything?
Huh?
Are you printing anything right now?
No, I just finished printing this.
So what are you going to print now?
When I signed on, is we were trying to weld
He's gonna
filaments together.
print the inside of his eyelids is what he's gonna end up printing.
Yeah, pretty soon. My eyelids are going to be seen pretty soon. I was
Yeah, I
actually
gotta-
trying to. I still have samples of my samples of the Filablend. This is that Filablend filament.
Yeah, that's good. You got all that out of one sample.
Yeah, well, I welded two together, and I did the whole calculation on how I just kind of went like this and went, okay, that's a meter, that's a meter, that's a meter, and I figured I had about 4.5 meters. So then I sliced it and it said, 4.3 meters. So it was like 6 meters. So I made it smaller, made the model smaller until I had like just under 4 meters, figuring, I'd just get past the slice.
That's a damn shame that you don't even get enough in a sample pack to do one little vase.
Oh, no, I did. This is a sample of the sample. I've done multiple.
Oh, okay. Oh, now that let me see
actually-
that vase.
The
Let's see that one
Philip
again.
samples are actually pretty big. They're a full 100 grams.
Let me see that multicolor one you just had up again. Would you splice a bunch of samples together to get that?
No, that's Filablend.
That's pretty cool.
That's the Filablend. There's two ways to feed Filablend into your extruder. If you put it on a coil, like a normal spool holder, and it feeds vertical, you'll get this. Because these two are the same filament.
Okay.
It's exactly.
Oh,
the
okay. Yeah, I
same
see it now.
filament.
Now as you spin that, I can see that.
Okay.
Huh.
It's the same filament. If you lay it flat, so it just uncoils instead of rolling as a spool, it twists as it goes into the filament, into the extruders.
And then you get that other look.
And you get this spirally look.
That's weird.
Stuff's wicked. Have you
Hey,
played
what's
with that
up,
Filablend?
Gus? Long see no time.
Did you see all this when we were at Murph or Earth?
Earth,
They had
yes.
this at Earth.
Yeah, I seen a bunch of stuff at Earth.
That was
Yeah, you're trying to
actually
get rid of all your.
Earth.
You're trying to get rid of all your stuff.
I did get rid of a lot of it.
I know you're like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't want to take it home. I got to get rid
I'm
of it.
tired of yeah, I'm one of those. I like it for a point, and then it's like clear house, get rid of it.
So check
that
this
chick
out.
there that did all those. Yeah, I saw that.
What is that?
Art by Adrock is going to be casting this. He's another metal caster, and he's going to send us the cast with some other stuff to display at a maker fair we'll be doing in February.
That's the one you linked it on Twitter or something. I watched a bunch of them, right?
I've like linked a bunch of them. I just did 3 earlier. We passed our 200 for the year, so
yeah. Well, he did like a recap of his whole year.
Oh, that was Illumitube. No, that's another metal caster. And his top 5 were all our designs too.
Yeah.
He's grown over 600,000 subs since he started casting our designs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he sends us stuff too.
I'm like at 134, 135.
You'll get there, dude. You'll get
I
there.
don't care. Honestly, I don't care.
Illumitube's going to send us one of these in this next batch, a full-size Keyblade from the new Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out that we designed. That's going to be cool. He ships this stuff all the way from Denmark. Imagine how much that costs to ship. You seen that big? Well, I don't know if you seen my shield and that hammer that he did for us. He shipped that all the way from Denmark.
Big hunks of steel. Here, send this block of steel across the ocean.
Yeah.
All the way across the world.
Yeah, it was funny. I was laughing with Angus and 3D printing nerd Jewel there. They were all talking about how many subs they lost when YouTube did the clean out last week.
They lost more than we could ever hope to have.
I was gonna say, I was like, the good thing about being a small channel is I didn't lose any. I don't have any, but I didn't lose any either.
Right.
I lost 2 subs.
Yeah, I think I dropped 16 subs in one day, but then again, there was a contest being run. They could have just been people that only signed up just for that entry, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is 13% of 0 is still 0.
True. 0, 0, 0. It's all good. Dude, we got. You guys seen the collaborations in works right now with Uncle Jesse and Happy Extruder?
Yeah,
we revamped our Maximilian.
See what he did.
They were originally Broken Nerd was involved, but he got too busy and couldn't do it. So they got a hold of us, and we redesigned Maximilian from the Black Hole, Disney's 1979 movie. And they're printing, and they're going to have a version of this with its head that moves. It's going to have Arduino in there. It's going to light up on the visor.
Yeah, I actually watched some of the video. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched some of it where they said they had some of the like cameras and all the parts ready. You're doing the work.
They're working on that. We did the design, yeah. We're the designers on it. Originally, it was the Broken Nerd, but he got too busy because Test It picked him up and stuff, and he just didn't have time. Yeah. So we gladly jumped in. I mean, we did a version of this months back, but it was nowhere near like this. This thing here is so detailed and so sweet. The other one was very, very plain. But when you pop out 200 designs a year, you have that. That's why we can go back and revisit them all, make props.
I could do that kind of detail and everything. I mean, I know I can do it. I just don't have the patience anymore. I start designing stuff, and I'm like, get it done, get it done, get it done.
You're telling me about get it done, get it done, get it done.
Well, I know, yeah, but I don't have the patience to sit down and do it. I've noticed you've gone because you used to use Maya or
we still use Maya
for software.
Show me. Oh, we started with SketchUp. The first couple things I did was in SketchUp. Yeah, bad. But we used Maya, Inventor, and Fusion.
I was gonna say I've noticed the last couple you've been using Fusion.
Yeah, Jason self-taught himself Fusion the last 4 months or so.
Fusion, it's so.
Hey guys, I'm gonna pop out. I'm gonna get some stuff done here. So.
All right, Mike. Have a good night, bye.
God bless.
Merry Christmas if I don't see you beforehand.
Yep, and we'll maybe see you guys in the morning.
Yeah.
All right.
See you. Yeah, Fusion. I don't know. Maybe it's because when I was in high school, I took boatloads of drafting. I took drafting in high school, and then I actually went to a satellite school. I don't know if you guys know what a satellite school is, but you go half a day to your regular high school, and then you go half a day to a tech school.
Oh, is that what they could? Sean went to Suncoast Polytech High here. And it was all in one. It was actually one school. When you hit 10th grade, and then he did, yeah. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, Gus.
But back in the 70s, they were trying to cut the costs because they had the tech schools. They were
trying to cut satellite
school? The tech schools. So the tech schools became tech only, at least here in Connecticut. And then you took your English and your math and your everything else at your regular high school.
We did, yeah. We used to do that.
Tech schools didn't need all those classes.
Second
all
half
they had was their tech classes.
Yep.
So they call them satellite schools. You went. I went tech schools from in the morning. I went straight to the tech school in the morning. At lunchtime, I came back to Oldlyme and I took my regular courses in my Oldlyme. And then every 3 months, you'd switch. You'd go in the morning to your tech school, take your regular classes in the afternoon, and in the next 3 months, you take your morning classes, where in the morning your regular English, math, whatever, and then you only did 2 or 3 hours of tech school. It would switch every 3 months. You'd do three quarter or third term, whatever. Anyways, it would change every 3 months, and you get 2 different or 3 different things through the course of the year. And then you could actually take summer courses too.
Hold on, I got a printer mishap. Oh, this is bad.
Oh no! Show it. Come on, put the camera on it.
Oh, there we go. Can you see it? I don't know where the camera's facing.
I can sort of see it in the background.
See, it's printing nothing. There was something there at one time. It is printing air right now. I don't even know where the print's at.
Then it's not printing nothing. It's printing the invisible filament.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you have the invisible filament, I'm assuming.
Oh, we did the Frosty design. This is Frosty Melted. I'll be right back.
Melted.
Oh, man.
That's funny. Frosty Melted.
Bummer. Okay, well, doggone it. It was doing so good, too.
You know what they call that?
I'm just going to turn it off. We printed enough for a while.
Yeah, I'm done for now.
My goodness, all I do is print. I think I can just shut it off for a little bit there.
That's probably a good idea.
It didn't start out air. I mean, it was doing good. And then it didn't.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, this would have been number 203. This was a lightning sword from the new Super Smash Brothers video game. It's another request. I got another request for something from the Game of Thrones show. And so I made another deal with dude. I love making the deal with these metal casting people. They're awesome. I love seeing our designs cast it, and we'll do requests and stuff for them, and they send us stuff. So works for me.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, Lumitube's got his channel and everything. He's got a website up selling stuff. Once he actually starts moving stuff more, we'll get a percentage of that too.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. And you always get kickback anyways, because the minute they mention you, everyone goes, oh, they designed that, and they go and watch your stuff.
Yeah. You would think we'd have more subs by now. I really thought we'd be at over 5,000 subs by the end of the year if we did, 3 a week, and we've surpassed that and done over 200, and still hardly anybody even know who we are. Yet last year we were inspired by Jeffrey. You know Jeffrey, right? 3D Print Channel. He did the 365 challenge last year.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Dude, everybody knew who he was. Everybody wanted to sponsor him. And I love him. I'm not taking anything from it, but he printed a design once a day, other people's designs. I don't know. I figured, okay, well, that was good. That was kind of our inspiration. I said, well, let's take it to the next level. We'll do 3-a-week designs. And I figured we threw enough stuff at the wall. Something was bound to stick, but it didn't quite happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
That Frosty right at the end.
Live streams, I think these live streams actually knock me down. Because people don't want to watch the live stream unless they're watching it live. You don't want to sit there and watch a 2-hour BS session. I mean, think about it. I don't.
Well, when I live stream, it's never for the channel. It's just for me while I'm working, just to hang out and BS.
Like right now, I'm not doing it to try and make people or get some.
No,
honestly, I don't give a crap about subs. If I get them, I get them. I just don't care. I
Yep.
do this for fun. This is just fun. This is like hanging out with my buddies. You know what I mean?
And as long as you
I
do
like
what you
being
like
out
to
with
do,
guys.
it's gonna take off, dude. It'll be
I
fun.
don't care. I'm not doing it. You know, I'm not like Joel or Angus where I'm gonna do it for a living. I don't ever plan
No.
to. I don't have any desire.
But just to hang out as part of the community.
I just do
It's
it
just
because it's
great.
fun. It's basically like going out to the bar, and yet I don't have to drive. I don't have to deal with the cops.
No DUI.
I don't have to go out in the cold. I don't have to even put freaking shoes on.
Yeah,
I
except
can be in my
they're not.
pajamas and hang
Except at
out.
2:00, you don't have those options.
Yeah, you know, it's just it's literally a hangout. It's the perfect word. I
it
literally
is.
laughed when I started using Hangouts because I'm like, this is great. It's just what I want to do. Is just
That's exactly
hang
what
out.
it is.
I mean, I'm not doing the YouTube to make money or any of that crap. I'm just doing it
No.
for fun.
We're using
I
it for advertising tools.
I
all
actually
know
released
it
a
for.
somewhat edited video today. I haven't done that in a while.
Did you? How
Yeah,
come I didn't get that notice?
should have
Let me see.
released it.
I get your live
7:35
stream.
this afternoon tonight. It's about I just
See, I got your Test Eve live stream thing.
because I did the dual use flex plate. PI on one
Oh,
side,
yes,
blue
yes,
tape
I
on the
did.
other.
I did. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. Wait, is that the generic stuff that I seen on Amazon?
Honestly, you just watched it.
Oh, was it? Is that the
There's
stuff
PI
that's
on
on
one side and
Amazon
blue tape
right
on the
now?
other. That's pretty much the whole point of it.
Where did you get it from?
What?
Is that from Amazon?
What? The PEI sheet?
Yeah. Oh, it's just a PEI sheet.
Yeah.
I thought it
I
was that. You see the flex plate that they're selling on Amazon, the generic. Okay.
This is just a piece of steel. It's not even a spring steel. I went to Lowe's. I bought a piece of steel. I cut it to the plate. I've stuck some magnets under my bed.
You made that shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the video. I didn't know that. I thought that.
Why spend all the money? This is $5.
That's the way to go.
I don't get it. And the other thing is if you watch my first one I do on making your own flex plate, everyone's like, because even Angus did one. He glued all these magnets up underneath. I'm like, oh, why would you glue the magnets up underneath? It's just stupid. I take the magnets and I glue blue tape to the magnets and then stick the magnets up with the blue tape. That way, if I decide I don't want the magnets there anymore, they're blue taped up underneath the bed. I can just pop them right off. There's nothing permanent there.
You know what? I really don't. The flex plate's nice and all. We got MK3, but I don't know. I don't see the need to spend the money, effort, or time to do any of that because it just comes off. I put PEI on everything we have. I do like that.
I still have a problem with PEI because I just don't. It doesn't always stick. I have much more reliability with blue tape.
You know,
Way
it's
more
funny how
reliability.
everybody has something different they like. I put glue on the PEI, but I've never had any luck with tape. I tried blue tape on a couple printers. I tried glue on the I tried tape did not work for me.
See, I can't stand glass. Everyone's like, "Oh, glass." is
Oh,
good."
I've never done
I
glass.
cannot get anything to stick to glass plane. I've done
Glass
it with
makes no
glue,
sense
and
to me.
It works, and I like the PEI, and that's why I do it. Because like I did, I showed the picture of it earlier. I did a nightlight where I actually printed it, so it prints up reverse. So when I flip it over, that's the top. So I want the PEI sheet. Then I don't want the blue tape texture. That's why I started, use PEI. Occasionally, I have something that the bottom is actually the top, and I want to see the smooth surface.
So what is that? What is that? Like thin 10 or something?
What?
The metal, is it 10? It's a thin 10
No, it's
or
just a regular piece of freaking galvanized steel that I bought at Lowe's for $4.
Oh, it is galvanized too.
Yeah, it's actually
What?
not anymore because I sanded it, but it was galvanized.
Oh, you sanded it too?
Yeah,
Nice.
I always sand them just to get it smoother. It's galvanized. When you galvanize it, it gets a wave in it.
So you're gonna get into any of that MMU stuff or the pallet or anything?
If I had the money, I'd probably get the pallet.
Yeah,
I
but
like the
it
pallet.
sounds good, but the problem is that that purge. You waste so much, and we print so much. I just can't see it. Now, if you can put it all in the infill, 90% of it even,
Well,
maybe
see, the palette can put it in the infill, some of it.
some of it.
And there's a curve that I want to write for the purge, because what people don't realize is that probably 3/4 of that purge block is not actually purge. It's building it up because you might need to purge later and you need to beat that layer height.
You know what?
I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense, because
It's
I always
just
wondered,
wasted
because I thought the
plastic
purge was just
filling
to
in that
switch out
purge block.
colors.
Because 6 layers up, you need to purge.
You'll be
So you're filling 6 layers of that purge block.
So then how do you
why not just bridge the purge? Like, you'd still have to do it, but just do a border. And then when the purge comes along, that purge can just bridge. Who cares if it's a successful bridge? All it's got to do is spit the crap out. So why
can you tweak in the design and the G code for the purge block?
What?
Can you actually tweak the design in the G code for the purge block to make it so it's not?
What you're doing. I mean, I don't have a multi-material thing, so I've never tried it. But every time I look at it, I look at these purge blocks, and these guys are holding them up going, this thing is freaking heavy. It's solid. It's like, why? You're looking at it, and it's like, 1/2 inch of one color. It didn't even need to purge. It was just filling the purge block in to support when it did need to purge 10 layers up. Why?
Window cleaner. You put window
to go in. There needs to be a border there, but why not just make it spit out a border, maybe even a little bit of infill? But it doesn't need to do a whole solid block every layer. It only needs to do.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That makes sense, because I was like, why is the purge doing anything other than switching the colors? But it has to keep the height up just to do it. So that's where a lot of that waste is coming in.
Yeah. And I mean, the other thing you could do is you could actually, I mean, it's a little more code, but you could actually make it wave in and out too. If the slicer knows, hey, I've got 15 layers of one color, why not have that color bring in and then bring back out so you're not using as much?
Oh, Prusa slicer purge is nearly hollow.
Purge comes up.
Are you reading the chat at all?
No.
You see what Gus just said?
No.
Said the Prusa slicer purge is nearly hollow when no changes needed at layer. So it's kind of what you're talking about.
It looks solid.
I know John over at Graybeard helped us out with the multicolor frosty we just did, and we went back and forth. He helped us design it so we can do it in layers. Then he went ahead and cut it up specifically for purge blocks, but it was like five different purge blocks.
Yeah, and I know Prusa. I think the Prusa slicer has set up so it can purge inside the material, inside the model.
I heard they were working on that. They actually,
it's actually, I've seen some write-ups on it. I don't pay attention to it because I don't have a multi-material anything.
That just reminds me, I got parts for our MK3 in 3 days ago, and yet I have not done it.
I've heard the slicer could purge inside the model. The problem is most of the time it shows. You get like a shade of the color from the infill. Even though you're doing the shells, that color, you still get where it overlaps and comes in. You still see it tints the outside shell, especially if you're using a light color. If you're purging black and then all of a sudden the outside layer is white, you end up with a gray that you see because the infill is black from the purge and then the shell is white. So that's that's one of them things you got to learn.
Kind of a gray area. It's going
to have to be a user setting.
Yeah.
But
what slicer program do you usually use? We use Repeater Host ourselves.
For what?
Actually, I'm using Cura for the Delta. I have that on a different laptop set up. Thanks to John.
You have to try Idea Maker.
I tried that last year because it was supposed to be the new thing, and you can do custom supports, and it blew dogs for quarters. Still PG-13.
Have you done it since the latest update?
No, that's like what was the other thing that was the big thing when that came out? Tried that and it sucked too.
The toolpath sucked. before. It used to have the tool path where it would, if you did 3 shells, it would do a shell here, and a shell here, and a shell here, and then a shell around the whole thing. Then we'd go back and do the second shell, and then go back and do the second shell. And the tool path was terrible. They just fixed that with the latest update. That was my biggest complaint with that. Is a 4-hour print took like 10 hours because the tool path was ridiculous.
I'm still trying to figure out a way to sell an SLA printer for us in the business.
Dude, there was 87 fixes in this last update.
Is that camera even picking that detail up in that claw right there?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's not. It's kind of fuzzy, but I can see what's going on. I know.
That is so sharp.
Would you model that in Fusion?
Yeah, this was actually done in Fusion. This is before we start recording our design videos too. We're thinking about redoing it just for a design video, but we won't unless they ask for clips of it.
The thing about Fusion, you know, you can play the modeling of Fusion, so you don't have to.
What is it?
You can play the modeling in Fusion. If you go all the way back to the beginning and you hit over in the very left-hand corner, there's a play button. And you can set the timing and everything. And you can hit play, and it will go and show on the screen each step.
Whoa, hold on. No. Okay, let me.
The timeline on the bottom.
Okay, so in Fusion, we actually had to download. We have to use a special app to record the design of these, and we just started that recently. Wow. Now you're telling me we didn't have to do that? Fusion automatically records it. So in this model here, where we did not record, we can go back and we open it to tweak it, and it will automatically have all that saved.
Well, you'll still have to do a screen record or whatever.
But is it going to have the previous stuff?
As long as you recorded everything in your timeline.
Oh, you have to record it
back for you.
But you can actually record right through Fusion. That's the part we didn't know.
Yes, you can actually, but it only works in Fusion. Like if you go on to Autodesk, Autodesk has its own recorder.
That's why we haven't done that, because when we go to edit our videos, we can't use that to edit.
You can, but their recorder actually works really well, and you can edit it out, but it's not a standard file format. It's an Autodesk file format. It's actually very
careful.
Nice.
It's PG-13.
Really well, if you go onto their forums and stuff,
if you'd gotten all these in, we may have been pushing the line.
But if you go into Autodesk, like if you ask a question, you go into their forums.
I'm going to mess you up yet, right? Nothing. I'm listening.
If you go into Autodesk Fusion forums and you ask a question, their guys will record it in their Autodesk, whatever you call it, recording software that posts right into their forum. So you know when they answer the question, you'll actually get a video showing you how to do it.
Oh, check out what Gus is saying. He's giving a little more info on the Prusa stuff there.
Prevent infill bleed. Use more. You can use more perimeters, which is the same as having a big perch block because you're just using more plastic you don't really need to use. I mean, there's ways around everything, but the purge block is still a issue to me. It's just
here's my multicolor print. And mine are done by accident because I had to change the filament roll.
Yeah. Well, I've done models specifically where I change, I use the change filament setting in Marlin.
You will remember to delete the stream. It is no longer PG-13.
Sure it is. There's no blood and guts yet.
Wow, I must have really been tied on the other night because I don't remember the blood and guts at all.
No, well, there was blood and guts, just not.
I'm surprised at some of our videos
out of our two mouths. It wasn't actual blood and guts.
I'm watching some of our videos we do lately. It's like that's a lot of gore. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
we need a warning. So what are you thinking for next year? You got any really cool projects in mind that you want to come up with, or what?
I actually have started to writing notes because I knew actually I was supposed to get laid off a month ago, and we've just been getting calls, so I kept working. I actually did get laid off a month ago, but we just kept working.
So you're working on a chess set?
I have that's one of them. I forgot to write that down. I was gonna do I thought about that like a month ago.
I know we were talking about that the other day. The guy was like, "Well, I got an idea for you." You're like, "I'm working on it." He said, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah, I'm working on a Walter head on one side and a Fun King 3D on the other side.
Well, okay, all right. I love both of them, but I don't understand. Everybody put Walter's head on everything. Now, Fun King
because I
emblem I could get. Behind that, even the country 3D emblem, I did a shield for him. But the whole Walter head, come on, dude. I love the man, but I don't want to look at his head everywhere.
Yeah, but they're doing some really, some people have done some crap with that.
Yes, they've done some crap with that. Enough said.
You know what's funny is I did that, and the same with the Chris Riley head. I just did Chris Riley's head.
I seen that, dude. You did the whole Fun in the Country basement theme there. That was awesome. Yeah,
I've done all three of them, and it's funny because the Fun King 3D is just it's a simple model with a smiley face on it.
No, everything with the Fun King.
I've done that 1,000 times.
That's our favorite YouTube family right there.
But to model someone, if someone says, "Hey, can you model this?" I'll be like, "Sure," and I go to do it, and I cannot do it. Both Walter's and Chris Riley's head, I did in like 20 minutes watching the stream. Just one of those, I got to sit down and not even think about it. Just be like doodling.
You just want to give them their heads modeled on 3D.
No, but seriously, if I'm thinking about it, I screw it up. If I just do it goofing off, it comes out.
You just naturally. Yes, I got you.
Yeah. No, but seriously, if I'm not thinking about modeling, if I'm just doing it while, more or less as a distraction.
Just something in the background.
It comes out great. If I'm actually concentrating, trying to get each feature just right and everything, it never comes out good. I always end up over-exaggerating stuff and just getting pissed off because it's not right. When I'm just doodling, I 3D model doodle, if you could say, it always comes out great. It's not perfect. Walter,
why don't you go cap your drink off with some fresh ice and rum?
It's not the rum, it's the Pepsi, and I'm out of Pepsi.
Oh, well, you still got rum.
Yeah, I got rum, but I'm not going to sit here and dude, it's 12 o'clock. I got to go to bed.
Wow.
I have nieces and nephews showing up pretty much every day this week.
Oh, they're like, Uncle Tom's done working. Let's go over there.
Well, it's the Christmas holidays. And I'd rather they come here than me drive, so.
How far away they live?
Some of them are in Boston, some of them are in Rhode Island. They're all, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours away. One of them's in Chicago right now, so I won't even see him, which is fine.
Check out what Gus just said. That's interesting.
Nozzle adapter, so multicolor change can work even after 2 or 3 layers. What's that? Thinking to get a nozzle with an airbrush nozzle adapter. So you're basically spraying the color on like Dremel did. Because Dremel, that's what we were talking about that earlier. Wasn't it Dremel that was doing the printer where it was just printing white and then it was injecting ink into the filament to make different colors?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think that was that blue and silver machine, right? I think that was a Dremel.
Which it looks nice.
It's the only 3D printer you can get at Home Depot.
Yeah. It looks nice and everything, but the colors are really faded. Nice. It's not clean.
That looks nice.
Yeah.
That looks best. That is those are their names.
Oh, see, I saw that and I thought it was your name where it was just like
no, but if you look closely, my name's like tattooed right back.
Yeah, you wish.
Dude, I ain't messed around with any Hooters chicks since I was in my 20s, dude. As a single father, they used to have the kids eat free during the summers and stuff. I raised my boys myself for like 17 years, and I used to take them there all the time. And I ain't gonna lie, they work great. I messed around with some of them. It was all fun and games. The one was like, "Can you co-sign for a car?" I was like, "No,
No.
I'm done.
Sorry,
Thank
no.
you. It was fun though.
Yeah. Well, see, we don't. Hooters is like 2 hours away from here for the nearest one. So
Oh man, that's a bummer.
I think I've been to Hooters like 3 times in my life.
Dude, we were at a Hooters up at the Orlando Maker Fair, and they had smoked wings.
Yes.
We don't have that here in Sarasota.
I've
They had
had
it
those
up
before
there.
at Hooters. That's actually one of the reasons I went to Hooters was that
Those are awesome, right?
They had a sample pack where it was like their, I don't know, 6 or 8 different flavors, and they were all killer. Like all the I don't remember exactly what it was. It was probably 15, 20 years ago I went there. But all the flavors, I think there's 6 flavors or 8 flavors they had.
15, 20 years ago, they had smoked wings at your Hooters?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, we are so far behind the times. And I don't know how. Oh, I know why. It's a lot of the old people and money here, but it's a lot of old people here. So
It's just like anything. We don't have Popeyes around here.
they had the hotter Hooters uniforms up in Orlando, too.
What was I was talking to Walter the other day. There's something. Oh, he gets the steak and eggs at McDonald's.
Where
There's
equals
there's
third?
no steak and eggs here in New England at McDonald's. You can't get steak and eggs.
We don't have steak and eggs at McDonald's here.
Yeah, they do.
Not
They do
in
in Florida.
Sarasota.
In Florida, they do.
There's a steak biscuit or steak McMuffin, but it's no
whatever.
like
It's
actual
just-
steak and eggs.
Yeah, it's a basically a hamburger, but
Oh yeah,
we
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have that
yeah.
here.
On a muffin or something.
Because I've had it. Anytime you get past the Mason-Dixon line, you can get it, but above it, you can't get it.
Actually, I was born in Baltimore, so I was born right on that Mason-Dixon
Yeah.
line. Whatever the hell that's worth.
There's a lot of foods that we get that you guys, South doesn't have, and just foods that South has. I mean, you can't even find grits around here. You have to go searching to find any place that serves grits.
Dude, grits hot with butter and pepper. Oh.
Nope, can't do grits. Oatmeal with sand in it. just
Well,
doesn't cut
what
it
if
for
you
me.
think about the old show? What was the show? Was it Alice or Mel's? What was it, Alice? Eat my grits.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. I never
Right?
had grits. I never had grits till I was, God, I had to have been 35, 40 years old when I moved. I was living in Miami.
I can only eat them hot with pepper and butter. They got to be hot, dude. Fresh. I think I burned a coil up. That does not taste good.
I used to work at a bar in Miami that was open till 7 in the morning. We actually closed at 7 in the morning, and only for an hour. We were closed for 7 to 8 to clean the place. And it was open again at 8:30.
Dude, Gus just put a link up. I have never even heard of anybody 3D printing with an airbrush nozzle before. I'm trying to think. I've got an airbrush kit out there. What kind of nozzle are you using from that on your printer?
Yeah, but what is an airbrush nozzle going to do any different than a regular nozzle? I don't get it.
Well, it's instead of the straight concentrate, it can be shaped a little because you can get the nozzles that have the spread. I'm assuming. I don't know, Gus. Why don't you join the live stream?
I thought he
and tell
meant he
us?
was just spraying color onto the filament as it was.
Put the link up there, Tom, so he can explain that because I am curious.
It's up there, isn't it?
Way back somewhere. Gus, come jump in here and explain that to us like we're 5. Because I ain't getting it.
I got it. I go following links now and I'll end up killing the stream. I gotta pee really bad, I think.
Well, go race like a piss horse. I'll
Yeah,
hold down the
I might
hatches.
have to do that.
Yeah, don't use a bucket on camera. That's not cool.
I wonder what rum and ginger ale would taste like.
Actually, it's not bad.
I should have known.
Dude, I've been like, I wonder
should've
what rum and
known.
Kool-Aid would taste like.
Not even
It's
a
great,
bit of
but, you know.
hesitation. It's like not bad.
Don't add a lime. You don't need a lime with it.
You know what I have? We got I think a Big Y or one of those came out with the new Canadian Dry multi-flavored ginger ales with like one of them's like cranberry and ginger ale, and one of them's blackberry.
Oh, my kids. Yeah, my kids like the cranberry flavor.
Blackberry and ginger ale is really good.
That I haven't had. I do like black cherry soda, if that counts at all.
Yeah, but this is with ginger ale. It's just a hint. It's almost like sparkling water, but it's not because it doesn't taste like crappy salt water.
Between you saying you had to piss, hint, and sparkling water, I got to go race like a piss horse too. Go.
All right, let's just let the stream go dead for 5 minutes.
No, you go do your thing. I'll tie mine in a knot and wait. All right, Gus, let's see. Come on, Gus, come join us. Go back. You got to go back. Actually, it's not that far. 11:22 p.m. is the link. Anybody's welcome to join us out of all 2 of you watching. Make sure you smash that thumbs up. As Tom may be too hungover in the morning to remember to delete this. And we're still PG-13 right now, but any of you know me, I'm not sure how long that will last. No, seriously, it will last as long as it takes before Tom slips up. So, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes before I can get him to slip up, and then it's free roam for me. Dude, you can keep your camera closed if you're that shy and hit some sound. Get on here, explain that stuff. I don't know why I did this because my mic is right here. So I'm going to blame it on the Hooters girls. They made me do it. They beat me and made me write bad checks. And I loved it all. I don't even know what that means, but that cracked me up. Come on, Gus. Don't be B. Arthur. You know, a big old floppity-woppity gray bush vagina. See, now that's still PG-13. I said vagina. Oh, my goodness. If he leaves this up, that's going to rule. Is there anybody out there? Nobody is texting. What are we printing? Anybody printing anything cool? More importantly, what sweet-ass designs of ours are we printing right now? Have you seen some of our latest ones? Now that I'm not working till like Thursday, I'm going to try to catch up on getting our STLs up on Thingiverse and my mini factory. Thanks to my buddy John over at Graybeard 3D. We just put up the multicolor Frosty. Oh, Canadian Dry, because their humor always is. The soda that proves Trudeau is an ass.
It's blackberry ginger ale.
Oh, that's the blackberry?
Yeah.
Let me see. What's that look like? Huh. Okay.
It's really good.
I might actually have to try that. I do like blackberry.
Yeah, and it's not...
The sweeter the berry, the better the juice. Most
of these sodas are sickly sweet. And this really isn't. I mean, it's still ginger ale. It's still sweet.
That was
it's not
like statement.
I'm not
technical
big on
parts.
Sweet sodas.
Technically, what part are you printing? I didn't see you put no rum in that glass.
No, I'm not. I'm done drinking.
Oh my goodness. Tom is now the B. Arthur of the group.
I have other mental entertainment products. Yeah.
My boss made me print cookie cutters. Yes, ma'am. Might I have another? Yeah, I feel you on that, Gus. Not really. That's why I've been divorced twice, but, you know, I don't like bosses.
Things I have to do this week. I can't.
Just put 3 videos up tonight. Dude, I wish it would come out with part 2 of this game.
I do
Dead
think
Island.
me and you have to schedule a New Year's Eve stream.
Who, you and I?
Yeah, and we'll just
Oh,
get
shit. Just
stupid.
something you're going to delete afterwards, right?
Yeah, but who cares? We'll
All
just
right,
get
you run it.
freaking stupid.
I don't want a skewed view 3D to be to be recognized for tasty beverage streams. So in the new year, actually, we're going to start streaming some design videos and stuff like that.
I have 3 other channels, so I could just do it on one of my other channels too.
Oh, I don't care what channel. Just not a skewed view 3D.
Oh, I think we should do it on. I mean, come on. What better title could we have for being skewed in our view?
You know what? Actually, we can do that. We'll do it on my channel because I'll delete afterwards with all the rest. It will be the proper original tasty beverage stream. I'm down. We're actually working on tomorrow.
Get everybody who can to join in and have a massive hangout and just get stupid drunk.
Yeah, we should put the notice out ahead of time. I just don't know how to do all that hangout stuff. I don't know how to sign up and invite people to that.
It's really not as hard as it seems. It took me a while to figure it out, and it's actually quite stupidly simple. But it's weird because you have to actually assign an event, which makes no sense. If you just go and say, I'm going to live stream, it won't link up to the hangout. You have to go and sign up an event and then say, okay, I'm
you got to do it in
the event. I'm just going to sign in now. And it'll automatically link to Hangouts, send you to Hangouts, and boom, you're there.
Huh. Okay.
And then you go, and when you're in Hangouts, if you bring your mouse up to the very top of the Hangout window, you have all the menus up there. You have the little human being with the plus sign next to him. That's all your invite people, and that gives you all your links and stuff.
Yeah, because I don't go out on amateur night.
It took me a long time to figure it all out because I kept going into live stream, figuring, okay, everyone kept going. It's an
I thought you
live
meant
stream. You just
figured it took a long time to figure out not to go out on amateur night.
Yeah. I'm gonna knife you, man.
That's a hell of a case cutter. I got one myself, just like it, red handle.
Huh?
I only wish I had one of it when I was working in construction.
This is just a regular everyday utility knife.
I know. I know. That's what I just said.
This is actually very special because this is.
I have the same one, just red.
This is a Sears, and you can't read it anymore because it's so old. I've rubbed it off, but this is a Sears 100th anniversary knife.
Wow. So that means you paid twice as much for the same thing I got, except my handle's red.
No, I actually paid less, and this is wood. It's all teak and mahogany and crap.
Wow.
And it was $9.95, and I got the little baby knife with it.
I got the baby knife too, except mine's red. Mine was $5.99.
I got the whole thing. It was like I think it was $12.99 with extra blades and everything. I love these because you got the regular aluminum ones.
Yeah.
This is, if you look at it, this is.
That looks more like a freaking actual buck knife.
Yeah,
that looks
a lot.
sick.
Those ones, like the aluminum ones, I mean, they're all right, but
yeah, mine's
use them at work.
So special in the fucking the freaking plastic. Damn it, we were PG-13 and Sean messed it up for everyone.
That's all right. I'm gonna go in and edit and just like put a devil face on you.
Wait! Don't put a devil face on me. Do anything you want, but come on, man. I have Christ in my heart. Don't do me devil-like. Moment of silence.
Think you're going to heaven or something?
No, I'm straight with God, dude.
Have you listened to yourself?
Yeah, words will not get you into heaven, my friend. It's the love in your heart and the acceptance of Christ. I wish that for everyone.
I'm just kidding.
No, I know you are. But that momentary silence was just classic, dude. That was Don Lemon style. I seen him earlier tonight. It's that momentary pause that gets the audience.
It's true, it does. They're like, what? What
was that bullshit he just said?
Crap.
Wait, you really believed it?
Why'd we wait for that? That was terrible.
Dude, okay, so I gotta ask, and I know someone asked before, and I told you, it reminds me when I was a kid, one of my favorite Joe characters was Ricondo, the jungle hat, dude. Love the thing. That's why you were one of the first people I went and talked to at Earth. I was like, sign my box. Dude, the hat. I was like, that's awesome. That's Ricondo. Except he don't have the mustache. He's not wearing the damn camo, but the hat is it.
I actually had a 70s porno mustache.
So you know the Joe character I'm talking about.
I think so.
The old G.I. Joe, like 84, 85, Ricondo. He had that mustache and he wore the jungle hat.
Yep. Yeah, no, I had the 70s porno mustache right up until about 5-6 years ago. You can see the scar on my lip. I ripped my whole lip off in a mountain bike accident. I face planted coming off a mountain bike.
Oh, that's why you had the whole replaced
straight on crushed stone, face first. My whole nose got stuffed up. My lip just got torn right off.
Is that a Hypercube Evolution?
No, that is a Tom Llama Cube.
It's a Llama Cube.
Llama Ding Dong. Yep.
I was gonna say that, but I figured I'd wait for you to say it. So it was that accident where that's why you had reconstruction surgery.
No, those were car accidents. This was
damn. How many times you just have accidents?
1828. No lie.
18 to 28.
8. I had one at 8. I had one at 18, and I had one at 28.
Oh, okay. Well, that's much better than 18 to 28 accidents.
At 8 years old, we were leaving the local speed bowl. We used to go to, my whole family would go to the speed bowl. I'm the youngest of 5 brothers.
Speed bowl is a bowling alley?
No, it's a race car, NASCAR track.
Oh, basically. No, I did not know. That's why I asked.
It's NASCAR, but it's race cars. Go around, local.
Yes, cars drive in a circle. Never got it myself, but I like
it's like
derby.
Me or you. I'm surprised you don't know what a speed bowl is, because you look like a speed bowl kind of guy.
Christmas.
But anyway,
yeah, I could be.
My father just got in a VW bus.
Speed bowl is something different growing up.
And everyone thought we were all in the bus. Well, I wasn't. I had my hand on the door, pulling myself up into the VW bus.
On the outside?
Yeah, I was still on the outside. My brother closed the door on my hand, and my father proceeded to drive away.
That's some Looney Tunes shit.
Yeah, no kidding. And all the way through the parking lot. And of course, I'm a little kid. My hand's crushed in it. If you ever hurt so bad and you're screaming so loud, you're not making a noise. So no one knew I was out there.
I'm laughing with you, not at you.
He's going through the parking lot, dude. I'm 8 years old. He's going through the parking lot, trying to get out of the place. He goes to get out, and the traffic kid, there's always a cat
screaming at
you, holding traffic. Goes, hey, there's a child hanging out of your car.
Oh my gosh, dude!
And then at 8 or 18,
told me you gonna say hi.
At 18, a friend of mine was driving, and I had my hand on the window. You put your hand on the window and you put your hand on the roof. The telephone pole hit my arm.
Oh,
literally, these 2 fingers were severed right off.
Who the hell was driving that they were that close to?
Well, we spun out. He was doing a burnout and slid into the telephone pole.
Oh, he was really cool then, huh?
Yeah. We just pulled out of the parking lot. That was local.
How old were you on that one?
18. A week out of high school. Just graduated high school. Literally a week to the hour. It was like an hour after I graduated.
Wow.
And I got so that just the whole side of my skull was stoved in. My eye popped.
That's where you had the reconstructive surgery?
Yeah, that was the whole right side. And then at 28, Halloween night, I had just gotten back from a 2-week.
The right side's been rebuilt?
Both sides have been rebuilt.
Oh, both sides?
The right side of my face got the most damage.
I was going to say the right side looks good. The left side's all fucked up.
Yeah, I'm just fucked up.
I'll just mess what you did.
When I was 28, Halloween night, literally Halloween morning, we just gotten back from a 2-week backpacking trip up in the mountains.
What state?
I had to go to work that afternoon. Went to work at the restaurant. Was going to a friend's house. It was raining. Hit some leaves on this Wicked S corner, which we've all done. We were kids and blah, 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 drinking. And I hit the leaves, and I'm like, cool, I'm going to power slide around this corner. So I'm power sliding around the corner. and I do the switchback, and I come back the other way. Now his house is as you come out of the S corner, you literally come around the corner, and you can stove right down into his driveway. Done it 1,000 times in the snow and rain and ice. It was a skill we all did as kids because it was this perfect S corner, and you went down into his driveway off the road.
What state is this?
It was easy to do. His brother had just that day gotten back his 1969 442 fully restored that day. And left it at the end of the driveway. And I came around that S corner and I was staring at that 442, and I went, I can't fucking hit that thing. So I locked it up, and the car went, and I hit a rock, and it literally split the car in half. Everything was fine. Literally split the car in half. Did some damage, broke my leg, broke some toes, and went to get out, and the whole car collapsed, and I fell and snapped all my ribs and broke my neck on the rock the car was sitting on.
Boy.
I actually did more damage getting out of the car than the car accident caused.
Oh my gosh, he's in pajamas, dude. You don't want to come out and say hi because he's in pajamas.
That's
Fuck, you in a onesie?
On me. Huh?
I ain't put a onesie on you in 21 years, boy.
A onesie?
20 years. What's he worried about? Dude, I want a onesie. It was cold last night. I wish I had a onesie.
Where'd the onesie come from?
Because he wouldn't come out here and get on camera because he's like, I'm in pajamas. I said, what the fuck are you in a onesie?
I would have, if I had a onesie, I'd probably wear it right now.
I would too. That's what I'm saying.
You're so freaking comfortable, man. I don't get what anyone's saying.
You can slide around the house. Oh, that's awesome.
I'd wear a onesie now. Hell yeah, man. They're warm.
That's it. I need a damn onesie. We should start a company. Adult onesie.
YouTube onesie club, and we all wear onesies.
We would make a fortune
in our onesies.
Oh my gosh, we'd be like the what is the polar bear club where the dumb old bastards jump in the ice
we
water.
Got a bunch of those. They're doing that this.
Where are you at again, Tom?
Huh?
Where are you at again?
Connecticut.
Oh my gosh! So the polar bear clubs in Connecticut?
They're everywhere, but yeah, they jump in Christmas morning.
Oh my goodness!
They jump in the sound.
There is no way, dude. I don't even like it when I'm in the shower and one of the boys starts a shower. That's just way too cold.
Well, the key is people don't realize the sound is like 15, 20 degrees warmer than the air right now. The sound never really warms up.
What's
the sound? The water. I live on the Long Island Sound. It's a little culvert where Long Island blocks the ocean.
Called Sound?
Yeah, it's called Long Island Sound.
Okay, I keep wondering how it sounds warm, but okay.
Yeah, it's a body of water between us and Long Island.
Huh.
Long Island starts in New York City and goes all the way up past me.
I've never heard of this.
Basically, just
the sound is
Long Island is a sandbar, and the sound is the water between me and Long Island.
Is it a river? Is it a lake?
It's the sound. It's not really a lake. It's not really a river. It's kind of both.
I've never heard that expression before.
Because if you look at a map, look up Long Island on a map, and you'll see the water between Long Island and Connecticut is Long Island Sound.
Huh?
Because it's kind of a lake. Because if you go to New York City, it goes all the way from New York City to.
Yeah, I wouldn't associate Long Island with Connecticut either.
Yeah, Long Island's only 20 minutes away by boat, if that. I can see Long Island from my house.
Huh, I had no idea Connecticut was even that close to New York.
Yeah, Connecticut is a side of New York. It's New York and Connecticut. They butt each other.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know Long Island went all the way up. Huh. Go show what I know about geography.
Yeah, well, I live here. I don't know anything about where you live, so.
No, that's cool though. Learn something new every day. The sound.
A body of water that's not really a lake, if it's still attached, if it's still considered part of the ocean, but is blocked by some kind of peninsula, is considered a sound. It's a protected body of water, which is why it was so popular in like the Revolutionary War. There was a
So you guys name. See, that's the difference. You guys name your bodies of water, where we name our bodies of land.
Yeah.
That really is the difference, because we got peninsula and we got the straits, and
yeah,
it's all based on the body of land surrounded by water or so much,
Well, Long Island is a peninsula. It's a freaking sandbar. That's
yeah,
all it really is. It's just a 200-mile long sandbar.
Yeah, I know about sandbars.
Long Island's a big sandbar. It's kind of like the Keys. Long Island is basically the same idea as the Keys. It's just up here and cold and miserable.
It's funny. We have in Sarasota, we got 2 or 3 of the world's best beaches, and when you live here, you don't go to that shit. I mean, unless you're messing
on the beach,
tourist or something, why go to that? I know what the beach is. I stayed all my life.
Dude, my driveway is on the water. You go to the end of my driveway, it's my driveway, the train tracks, the sound. That close to the water. I live in a beach town. Right now, in the middle of the summer, there's like 250,000 or 500,000 people in this town. It's a little town. Right now, there may be 20,000, if that. It's a little beach town.
No,
it's actually about 5 or 10,000 that live here. Huh?
Do you go to the beach?
No.
Exactly, because you live there. Why the hell are you going to go there?
I go. Actually,
I've never seen that.
I go there a lot of times this time of year when no one else is around. I can't go anywhere near the beach during the summer. You can't get there, even if you wanted.
No, I know the traffic's horrible. It's all full of idiots. The traffic is atrocious.
Yeah,
and you can here getting in and out. It's on a bridge. I've been there, I've done that. I'll go out there. You know what? Hey, tourists, how you doing? No, let's go out. We'll go out about 11, 12 o'clock at night or something. Just enough. I don't have to. I get my feet dirty and my wet. It's all good,
When I was a kid, I used to go to the beach a lot, but.
And really, it's not even worth that because that's just sand in every crevice, and that just sucks.
Exactly. Sex on the beach is terrible. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather have rum.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Definitely. We need to. You should definitely hang out at Earth on the Friday night. We closed that bar last time.
I hung out there for a while, and I'm not that big of a drinker, dude, if you haven't noticed. I have a couple, and I'm done.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to drink to have a good time.
Yeah, you do. If you're in a bar, you have to drink. I have a hard time not drinking if I'm in a bar.
My problem is I spend too much because the bars don't make the drinks the way I make the drinks.
Yeah.
They don't carry the rum that I drank. This is Black Magic rum. It's 93 proof. It's just awesome. And I usually have to settle for a captain, so me and the captain making it happen. That's fine. I'm not 22 anymore, but, it's like $100, $150 a night sometimes.
Yeah, that's
just to drink a $20 bottle.
I just don't.
Point being, though, it is a good time.
And stuff.
And I didn't know you as well then. I do now, and I will drag your ass out on Friday night at Earth, and you're gonna have a good time. We're gonna find a place with some pools, some karaoke.
What's his name? B something that was helping me with my printer. Now I can't even remember. Max or Max B, he calls himself. Max is his name. Me and him went back to the hotel, and we happened to be in the same hotel, and we were like getting out of our cars at the same time. We're like, "You're staying here? You're staying here?" He's like, "There's a Applebee's or something." We went there after, sat there and drank for another hour or two there. I just didn't want to drive. That was my thing, especially where I didn't know where I was. I'm not familiar with the area.
Right. That's why we had a hotel at Earth that literally I was 8 steps from my hotel room to the bar.
What bar?
It was oh shit.
The one we had all the salty dog or whatever.
Oh, not the Salty Dog, but actually it was right over
The
by the
parties
Salty
were
Dog.
afterwards.
It was over by
Pasta
the
had their intro
little
to the Tangerine
conglomerate
Orange
of
filament.
hotels right there, and I stayed there specifically because they had the restaurant, lounge, bar. And
Oh
I was-
yeah, see you were in. I was just staying in a Motel 8 or whatever it was. It was
Oh,
like
I went
$45 a night.
cost effective and bar.
Yeah, no, there was nothing. There was barely parking where I stayed. It was pissing me off because I had to walk half the time.
Well, I did find out that
Car like 3
Dog
lots
was
over.
right by Lakita, so I'm gonna do that next year, I think.
Yeah. Well, I got an expensive room because I was going to go with Uncle Ron to Murph. But
Are you going to
my
Murph this
finances
year?
are right now. I don't think I'm going to Murph. I don't think I can afford it.
I can't afford to do 2 big shows a year. It's just too much, dude. Too much time off of work, too much money spent. I just can't do it, dude.
Yeah, Murph's just. I want to go because I've never been to Murph, but it's just.
I've
right
never
when-
been
right
either,
when
but I've
work's
seen the
starting
videos,
again,
and
it's
it
gonna be
looks
horrible.
crowded as hell, dude.
What, Murph?
Yeah, I like to breathe. I like air. I like coolness. I don't think I could handle Murph to begin with.
I don't know. I had fun at Earth. I was
Murph was great.
I got a little bored toward the end. I left a little early. I had other issues.
I heard Murph was about half or 3/4 the size of Earth with a whole bunch more people. I heard Earth
Yeah.
was a lot bigger than Murph.
Yeah, but it was also a lot of empty tables too. Half them freaking tables are empty behind us.
That's okay. It was nice and cool. It felt
Yeah.
great inside.
I'd like
I
to get a
left
bunch of
early on
people and do a
Sunday.
sponsor. You know, like if me and you and maybe one other person got together and did a sponsored one, so it would be on the outer edge. But I also was thinking about it. I'd like to get in with somebody else, so I don't have to be at the table the whole time. You know what I mean? You can say, okay, you hang out at the table for a while. I'm gonna go walk around, which I did anyway.
All you gotta do is
Like
request to
leaving
meet by somebody, and you can ask that for us, dude.
No,
We're
I know,
gonna
but
get-
you know what I mean. It gives you that.
1, 2, 3. We had 4 tables last year. I'm gonna get 6 next year.
Yeah, you had the whole place. I just had one. I actually ended up with 2.
Dude, we could do it where we almost take a whole row and you get a table on one end. Nears have a couple on the other end.
Yeah.
And we got you. Shit, I got my boys with me.
I don't know. I mean, I did it anyways. I walked around anyways, but it's
You were
just-
good. Everybody looks out for
I just
everybody.
don't, someone comes up and they have some interest or something in the table and you're not even there and there's nobody to answer any questions.
I know. We were supposed to be up by all our Florida boys. We met all them at the Gainesville Maker Fair. Shit, I was Walter's 13th subscriber. We shared our table up there with him at Gainesville. And him, met Fun King, all them. We were supposed to be set up front, but apparently we had too much stuff, needed too many tables, and they couldn't do it. So
Yeah.
we were fine where we were at. I mean, we sit up next to Chris, who scared the shit out of Jason. Every time I show him something Nereis does, he just thinks, whoa. I let him do it to him because it was funny. I just wish I had it on camera.
I had those Hypercube guys next to me, or not Hypercube, Railcore guys to me. They were printing out crap. I was just like, I felt ashamed having this thing next to them. The stuff they were
Dude, those guys
sticking
with
on
those
that thing,
little mini ass printers, those things were pretty sweet.
They are nice. And at the end was that kid with the clip. He was running a MK3 that he put Clipper onto. That thing was freaking sweet too. I wish I could do all that coding because Clipper, I think, is the way to go.
Hey, what's
I got
up,
no
Mike?
number.
No.
Anyway,
Oh, Murph was bigger. Are you sure the space was bigger at Murph? I heard it was not. But what do I know? I wasn't there.
I know Murph was packed. That's all I know.
Well, I know it was packed. I'm not even saying you can't compete with the amount of people that showed up and everything else. I just meant space wise. And Earth has a lot of room to
have
grow.
a date set up for Earth yet?
I think they were vote. Did you vote?
I didn't see anything on it.
They sent an email out. And I thought it was like you can vote between in July and mid-August or something.
Oh, I didn't. I might have saw it and just ignored it.
Nice. Dude, you know what I'm thinking though is they're talking about, oh well, to get around because they had to practice for the what was that, field hockey or whatever.
Yeah.
Which that wasn't mine. We went out there for a bit. That was women's field hockey practice. But they want to do it like during school a little bit. How's that going to work out or be any better?
No, exactly. I just wish they'd switch the two.
You going to Murph, Mike?
If they did Murph in the summer and Earth in the early spring, because it's so freaking hot there, and early spring would be a much better time to do Earth.
It's so hot.
Oh,
at Earth.
You're from Stinktown, anyways, but
it's so hot at Earth. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, it was pretty hot this year, even for Florida people. It was hot. It was warm up there. Down there.
Yeah. Okay.
It was
sure.
Steamy.
It was beautiful there, dude. It was almost nippy at night.
Oh crap! Anyway, I'm gonna have to go to bed. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day.
It's your stream whenever.
I am going to Murph next year. Got my room already. Yeah, I have a room and I have travel and everything. I'm supposed to go with Uncle Ron. He was going to pick me up because he lives on Long Island. He was going to pick me up on the way by because I'm only 15 minutes away from the ferry.
Nice.
So he was going to just hop the ferry, come pick me up and go. But I just don't think I'm going to have the financing for it.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I got a room reservation and everything, but the room is like freaking $800.
That's crazy. Mike, I thought you said you were at both. Which did you enjoy more? Or is it hard to compare them? Yeah. Do you see promise for Earth and a little crowded for Murph? Or what are you thinking? $800 for a room for how many days, Tom?
I think it was 5. Me and him were going to go.
For 5 days, though. That's
IC3D's having their pre-party. Well, IC3D's having their pre-party the 2 days before, and then the day before is, I don't know, someone else was having a party. So we were going to hit both of those, and then we were going to wait a day until after to come back just for traffic reasons. If you come back on a Monday, it's easier than trying to come back on Sunday.
Is that 800 your share or 800 you have to split?
It's 800 my share.
Well, that's
we got separate rooms. I got my own room.
Damn, that's crazy. 5 nights at 800. I mean,
plus gas,
some kind of
time, plus food and expenses while you're there, and you're gonna party and have fun. So that's $50, $100 a night minimum just in drinking.
Yeah, I know. We spent over 2 going to Earth, so.
Oh God, I spent $1,000 going to Earth.
Yeah, I spent over 2.
I rented a car when I went to Earth, so that was 3.
Yeah, I rented a car. We rented rooms. Yeah, we did all that. It was about, I ended up about 2,400.
Yeah, I spent just shy of $1,000 the whole trip.
Had a hell of a time.
Yeah, I had fun. It was a good time.
It was the closest thing we got to vacation.
Yeah. I'm having a vacation this year. Everyone thinks I'm going to work for the next 2 months, and I'm just not.
Yeah, I thought Earth had way more room from what everyone said.
Oh, there was plenty of room. There was too much room, almost.
Well, let's fill up some more this year. Tighten your ass up.
I'm sure it will fill up. I guarantee you it'll be double the participants this year. Although they're not. I mean, this time last year, they were advertising it already, and I haven't heard a peep lately.
Yeah, we're going to start taking a bunch of our designs and making full-size props.
Just start talking to Neary. Let him print all that crap full size. He loves that.
That's our number 200 right there.
That's pretty cool.
With Fred. Axe from Skyrim.
I can't even play video games right now, even if I wanted to. My Xbox, my PlayStation burned out.
PS4?
Huh?
You burnt your PS4 up?
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell happened. One day I went to turn it on, it just wouldn't. Little
What?
blue light blinks a few times. I tried starting up in safe mode. I spent like a week trying to get that thing to fire up. It just will not fire up.
Oh,
Blue light blinks like 4 times and it shuts right down. Put a new hard drive in it, reformatted the drive, reinstalled the whole PS4, PlayStation OS onto whatever crap I had. GameStop there did it. They couldn't get it to fire up either. It's like it's toast.
Did you drop it? Did you power surge?
It
Something?
just sat under my TV. Never did anything.
Wow, that really does blow dogs for quarters.
And it was just over a year old, so it's out of
So it's just outside the warranty.
Yep. And actually, Sony said they warranty it where it was so close, but I had to pay for shipping. It was like $130 for shipping. I'm like, go screw.
A lot cheaper than replacing it.
Not really. I could buy a new refurb one for $150.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. For one, and that's guaranteed for at least 90 days.
Yeah, you get 90. Actually, I think GameStop does 6 months on theirs.
Yeah, that's true. And you can get, I was looking at, well, you know, I like to play a game with the boys, and the only way you can do that sometimes is with two systems. We have PS4 and Xbox One, but I was looking at, like, you know, like the Spider-Man. They had the new Amazing Spider-Man bundle for like $319, 1 terabyte.
You know, I was so pissed because I was watching that and I knew they were going to do that. You realize on Black Friday or whatever there was there at Thanksgiving, they had that for $199.
I know. I didn't have the money. I spent all my.
I had the money and everything. I was clicking away on everyone.
Oh, you should jump on that shit.
Nobody. They all said not available online.
Really?
You had to go to a store to get it. And I'm not one of them people. I'm not going to a store on Black Friday going shopping. It ain't happening. I'm just not going to do it.
Oh no! You know, I did that one Black Friday. Dude, we went out at like 4 or 5 a.m. Them people are crazy. You're lucky you're lucky you don't reach in and come back with a nub.
Yeah,
they're they're ridiculous.
I'll tell you, if I owned a store like that, I wouldn't even be open. I would say, screw you. I'll have my sale tomorrow. It's a really odd butt plug you got yourself there.
This is from what is this from? Dead Rising 3. This is the Saber shot. It's a machete shotgun.
Oh, crap. I gotta go to bed. I gotta cut it, dude.
All right, dude. You go crash. I think I'm gonna go over my personal channel. Everyone's welcome. Check it out. I'm gonna go do some Red Dead Redemption.
Hey, everyone, there's a whole 2 people watching.
I know. That's why I said everybody. That's a whole audience. All right, Tom. If I don't see or hear from you, have a very Merry Christmas, my friend. You too, Mike, Red, everyone else.
Yeah.
Going over that way. God bless.